One moment.
Why do you have chocolate?
I bought some a while ago.
And you're not
Something
sharing?
special.
You're not special. Give me chocolate.
Okay.
Well, give me a fucking frozen Coke.
They were $5. I didn't get one either.
Bucks.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get one.
I didn't get him one yesterday.
Oh
like-
shit!
They're trying to charge me $5 for a frozen Coke, and I was like, nah, bro.
You're matters. You should be able to do
Inflation,
$5 with
man.
$1.
It's $2.
Yeah, one.
Normally
Yeah,
now.
they're $2 now.
Oh, $1.05. Okay. Anyway, we are going to start. Yeah, you started swimming. Sweet.
Yeah, like
Okay.
40 seconds ago.
Okay. What? Yes.
Audio sounds good too.
Last session, we had a long rest and woke up into the morning. We did have it last session, and woke up in the morning to the same day as the party, as we spend this day doing our own sort of thing and prepping. So we start off the day deciding to want to read some books, learn a bit more about the city, and learn a bit more about some other things that we're currently interested in. So we go there, find an old bookshop run by an old lady, and each do our own little bit of research, both successful and unsuccessful. We try to delve deeper into other topics, such as the dastardly magic that is so banned around this area. Well, not really banned, just hunted. I guess it's banned. There's got to be a legality to it. And she seemed very suspicious. We pried and let her know that, well, we're not going to be hunting the magic because we ourselves are magic users. And she seemed to relax a little bit, enough to just sort of insinuate that there may be magic in the back, but if you did find any, then she had nothing to do with it. So,
It took multiple attempts to get
Yeah.
across.
so there wasn't much about magic in the back, mainly more information on it than any actual magic. But she does also talk about her daughter, who is the only legal spellcaster, or at least sorcerer, I guess. Is it wizard?
She's a wizard.
Wizard. I'll say arcane user. Only arcane user that can do it legally in this city. And she takes pride in it and runs her own magic shop. The old woman does encourage us to go see her daughter. Riku gives her a hug, says she'll give her daughter a hug, and they all go. With Stan, who learn information about ley lines, Spark learning about a specific dragon lord, and Uku buying a dragon book. Pretty much the main information I remember. Huh?
It's like a picture book, really.
Nice! That's even better! We get to the magic shop and meet a very enthusiastic wizard. Wasn't expecting her to be that fucking social, I guess. Yep, she pries each of us, sort of lets us know that, yes, she's already been watching us, mainly because Spark. And she kind of knows at least what Spark is, what he used to be, being a part of the magic hunting group. And yeah, just lets us know that we ain't her mother. Which we tell her, ain't gonna do that. We're gonna buy something in the shop. It's way too damn expensive for our meager means, so we decide, nah, don't worry about it. We'll come back. I guess, maybe. And instead share and gather information.
You got a couple of potions.
Oh, yeah, and I think that's the area that I'm just going, okay, I'll just take the potion too. At which it was just more of a waiting game towards the party. The others do a bit of crafting and making some more potions and such, and just a bit of relaxing. Uku mainly does relaxing, and then not far before the party, she decides to scout out the place. She heads off and squeezes and sneaks into the manor. Oh, not the manor itself, but its surrounding area, and is surveying it while pretending to look at plants. There she meets a little girl, presumed by what the wizard actually mentioned, is likely the daughter of Leocas.
Mike, go
though-
buzz.
What?
Sarah's Mike, go buzz.
Is it going buzzy?
No?
You don't
Is
hear
there
it?
something, is there something
No.
wrong with my mic?
It's perfectly fine to me.
I don't hear anything.
That's your audio then, Lee.
Oh, is that on the stream?
Sorry,
Let's
Lee.
see.
I only hear it when Sarah talks.
What do you hear?
Like faintly in the background, just a faint buzzing.
I don't hear it on stream.
Right? Yeah, I could try just redoing my mic 1 moment.
Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Weird.
Okay. As mentioned by the wizard, it is highly presumed that his daughter is sick. Now, upon reaching her, she doesn't seem sick. She seems like a perfectly healthy, little girl who is being watched over by a servant. Just playing with a ball. Uku, wanting to inquire about this and just sort of meet the young girl, pokes her head out at a spot that the servant cannot see, at which, I'm sorry, I forgot the little girl's name.
So,
I'm not good at
Farah.
first meeting. Farah, okay. I don't remember as close to my name. At which Farah shoos away the servant and introduces herself to Uku.
I didn't think about that.
What?
I was basing it off fairy.
Oh! She said, yeah, introduces the Uku vice versa, and shows her familiar. At which Farah looks at it and says it reminds her of a father, at which Uku doesn't hear, is unable to pry further. And I come out to that area basically with the idea that he's not hiding her because she is sick, he is hiding her because she has magic. Now it's party time! We enter, there's a lot of dragon imagery, and we enter the main room and see some interesting people, some that we knew about, like Lord Sarlacc Taranwood, and the other one, which was... He had a very
Believe.
scary name.
If you do, you guys actually see the names if you hover over them, or no?
Only Sarlacc, don't see the other one. And Leocas we see.
Oh, you don't see the other two?
No.
I can't hover over
Interesting.
this game. This game be paused.
You can
You can
hover
hover
over
still.
it. What are you talking about?
No, I don't see anyone's name.
You'll, wait.
Hmm.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can only
yours
see the
just
ones that
isn't
Sarah can
happening.
see.
Yeah, wait, are you tabbed in or something, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm on the screen. Look, I can draw a
Huh.
circle.
Followed by anyone. Update.
Weird.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know why.
Get rid of the fucking circle!
Anyway, Warlord Gildir Silent Doom, which is the one I remember. And we are presumably the last to enter before it is introduced that there is one more. Curious on who that is. We still settle down and at least get ourselves in position as the door opens and a very intimidating, scary figure steps through. Everyone's sort of like, who the fuck is this man? Except for Spark, who is now very, very sweaty, steamy, and staring at the table. As it seems that he has knowledge of who this man is. And it seems that his vice versa, as Arden stops before Spark and notes his presence. Before continuing on, at which Leocas did at least somewhat introduce them. Before he introduces everyone! It seems like he knows and has knowledge of inviting Spark and Kazan, but he has no clue about Uku and Stan. And yeah, we pretty much end it there with the introductions all done and Leocas announcing the party to have started.
That's where initiative rolls.
Yeah!
Diplomatic initiative.
You can now see the names.
Thank you.
That is a default setting. and it has worked half of the NPCs, and I don't know why.
I know
Did we
it's the
actually roll
default setting, it's
initiative?
just weird.
Yeah,
No,
the only
that's
one-
not initiative time.
The only one I can't
That's just a joke.
see is Chasm.
Yeah, the can't see Kazan either, which is weird. She's literally. Oh yeah, we were able to last session. I remember that.
It was set to hovered by only seeable by owner.
Oh,
Oh.
So
what did you?
only me. Alright. That is the type of thing that I won't pick up on.
I'll let you know.
Obviously.
Because I'm very bad at remembering names, and I love when tokens happen.
Because
Yeah,
logo goes-
so do I. It's awfully convenient. That's why I also
Yeah,
like
look.
image hover. And that's nice. Anywho,
Yeah.
mild cosmetic things that I personally like. But yes, dinner is delivered, dished out in front of you. It is same thing as alternating meals. So some people have fish, some people have a steak, that type of thing.
alternate.
Do I
plot.
get fish?
Steak, fish, steak, fish, steak, fish. Yes, you do.
I do.
You do.
Good.
Steak at the top, then fish, steak, fish, steak, fish, steak, fish, steak, fish. Steak, fish, steak, fish, steak, fish, steak, fish, steak, fish. That's oddly appropriate.
Weird.
The seafood eaters would get the seafood.
I was about to say, if I didn't, you know what I'm asking.
Hey, Otto. But yeah, the meals will be exquisite, as
Lovely.
is to be expected.
I'll try and
Conversation.
eat nicely.
Is the universe going to be unpaused?
It doesn't matter right now.
Oh, okay.
Conversation will
because this-
flow between the nobles.
That's quite a
If you
big
want to
group.
interject and talk to anyone, that'll be your own thing.
Been listening for now while I eat.
I'm just eating as well.
But then our alarm falls it.
Nom, 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 nom.
I'm going to
As-
try and keep eyes in the back of my head.
Very difficult without doing a 180.
Yeah.
Is everyone armed? Does everyone have like weapons, or is it just like only like the couple of people?
They
that we
have,
said last
like,
time?
Most of them have
I know
like the
people that have
standard
armor.
small daggers. A lot of the males have like formal armor. It's more ceremonial type of thing. Still functional, but
Except
not
for Leo
designed for
Cuff
battle.
is +3 armor, right?
No, that was the warlord.
Oh, I thought it was Leo Cars.
No,
Metal-
the
Oh.
warlord has the +3 armor. He is in
Yeah.
plate armor. You can very clearly see, especially when you hover over the image. Full plate, and then he's got like this noble vest on top of it.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, this dude is clearly taking no shit. And he is the merchant of, of the country. Not this one, but yeah. Leokas himself is also in a very ceremonial, very heavily inscripted, just token armor. It doesn't actually seem like it does anything, but it looks very pretty.
It's like cosplay.
Could
Exactly.
actually I get everyone to make an intelligence check for that?
Okay. Straight intelligence?
Straight intelligence, yeah. It won't be terribly hard. It's just a double check. You didn't have
Ooh.
advantage on it.
I didn't roll advantage.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
No,
I'm
that was
looking at it.
last session.
Oh, that was last session.
How come my mine blocked? Okay, there we go.
That was 6 days ago.
Yes. Shh. Fine.
First roll of the session, but I'm glad it's on something like that.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my first 9 I've ever rolled.
For you, Uku, it looks fancy, but you pay
It
no
looks
mind. You've got fish in
fancy.
front of you now.
Yeah.
For both Spark and Stan, you recognize that is complete platinum.
Oh fuck.
The whole thing is intricately designed platinum. He's got the shoulder pauldron, he's got the gauntlet. That does seem to be very flowy. It's almost as if the metal is part of him type of aspect. That is incredibly well designed and
Very
form fitted
form-fitting.
perfectly.
Yep.
But outside of that, the rest of his attire is not metallic in any way. It's just fine clothing. And I suppose the other notable one would be, well, Ardon is in an actual like suit. So
Same with me. We're suited up.
yeah. Lord Sarlacc, however, looks to be in an exceptionally exquisite, fancy leather armor. For those that are more perceptive, which is just Stan, you can see that it's actually inlaid with metal of some sort. So you can assume that underneath it there is some form of protection. The weapons, like earlier before said, greatsword, rapier, stuff like that. But the rest, mostly just daggers. And they don't seem like combat daggers, so not designed like that, more like just general need to cut something. You have a dagger. But yeah, the conversation will be humble but consistent.
Alright. Then I will converse. Wait for a good opening.
Uh,
Oh.
The warlord is having pleasantries with the women who seem to be eyeing them off, even though their husbands are right next to them.
Did the husbands notice?
They seem to be in a drinking contest.
Okay. That's probably why they're eyeing him off then.
However, down on your bottom half of the table is awkward. Ardon is.
Oh, he's not speaking.
They've attempted to give him standard pleasantries, and he just glares at them.
I'm gonna put my hands on the table. So I don't. What you doing in this place?
Turns his head, stares down at you. No response.
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Very silent. That's okay. Sometimes it's fine because it means that I get to talk and somebody listens. Therefore, then I can just keep talking and tell you other stories. So did you know that recently, as she goes into a bag and pulls out a book, I bought a book about dragons. Do you know much about dragons?
His eyes squint.
That's not really a yes or no, so I can't gauge whether you know about dragons or not. Did you know? And she's just gonna start rattling off information in the book.
Weird.
Well, I'll let that go on for a little while.
I'm just listening in.
However, for Stan,
Yes.
as Lord Sarlacc is there, politely having a steak, he pauses. So, Stan, was it?
Yeah, that's my name.
Well, part of the druids?
Yeah.
So what's that all about then?
I told you last session. We had a whole conversation. Told you where I lived and where I was from and what was happening. Told you a lot of stuff.
Right.
Actually did last session.
You can see that it's just making conversation.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to check the weather?
Oh. Suppose?
I put my hand out and I flick my wrist, and like a little emoji of clouds or whatever, whatever it looks like when I check the weather.
Mm-hmm.
I do that.
The
And it's
Windows
like,
widget.
what's the? Yeah, that one. What is the weather?
Rainy.
Yeah, rainy for the next 24 hours. Interesting.
Right, well, I'll be sure to pack an umbrella.
So, I don't know what to do with these. This is the first real fancy dinner I've been to. I don't really know what to do. So, yeah, I'll follow along in the conversation.
Well, you make pleasant conversation to your fellows, you eat delicious food, you drink a little bit too much. And maybe some certain deals happen.
Okay. Deals.
Or in this case, some truths are revealed. As he gives you a look. Doing a pose much like his picture, as if he knows something that you don't.
I look at him.
He looks at you.
And he looks at him!
I have a staring competition with him. Don't blink.
I thought I said that quietly so no one can hear.
He just meets your gaze. After a short period of time, his eyes start to water. Before he blinks.
He's crying.
He looks away. Pretends to blow his nose, but you can see him also wiping away the tears.
Well, you obviously want to talk about something.
So, magic, yes. How does it work?
Well, what type of magic are you talking? There's different types.
Never met a druid, so just inquiring about yours.
Well, it's kind of like magic is all around us. It binds everything together, you could say.
Yes, yeah. Wonderful.
Yes.
But could you, say, destroy the city?
No, I'm not that powerful.
But you could, given enough time.
I wouldn't know how, but theoretically, like, if someone wanted to do that and they had access to enough magical energy, yeah, sure. But
I see.
the same with just any other person. If they had enough power and a big enough army, they could destroy a city. You know what I mean?
But the difference there is an army versus a single individual.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. Well, yeah. With great power comes great responsibility, as my auntie says.
As my uncle said.
So, you're suggesting leave the individuals, powerful individuals such as yourself, alone and just hope that they behave?
Well, I'm not that powerful. I can turn
More
into a
powerful than
cat.
I am. I can't do
don't
that.
know. I don't know if you're powerful or not. You have probably lots of influence and power, I imagine. I don't know. You look like someone with a lot of influence.
You could say that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. As he does a 90-degree turn and starts talking to her about like the weather and how you just told him it's going to be rainy.
Yes. What is everyone else on the table? What are they doing? It's like just everyone around this table just
Idle
talking about
conversation.
random
Nothing
stuff. Yeah.
of major interest. Just like stuff like, have you heard of so and so having a mistress, stuff like that, or local trade? How there's an abundance of fish recently. Like in the past couple of days. No more dead fish washing up on shores too.
Yeah. How far away was the hag? Would that have been close enough to have affected this region? Like, wait, how close was it? It was pretty close.
Not directly, no.
Yeah.
Stuff moves.
Is this Learcast? Is Learcast just sitting up there, just by himself?
Oh, one of the maids have come up, sat him like a portable table type of thing, and he's just eating away, pleasantly overseeing everyone, looking around.
Does he look a little stressed at all?
Not at all. He is calm as a cucumber. Wait, that's not the saying. It's cool as a cucumber.
He's calm as a
Same thing.
cucumber.
Same thing. Yeah.
Okay. Are any of the other maids and stuff, are they just hanging out? Or are there any like signs of any like guards or anything? Or any security?
Not a single guard. No sign of security whatsoever. The maids themselves are going back and forth, serving drinks. Constant flow of wine.
Okay.
I'm not bothering to move them.
Yeah.
I just like real events people. They don't move.
Exactly. How? Spark, you still just sitting there?
Yeah, I'm just listening.
As Cousin just leans in. So, I may not be able to see him, but I can certainly feel the tension still.
There is a lot of tension, especially with the person Uku is annoying.
Are they perhaps an old partner?
Partner's a strong word. I would say colleague.
Ah, I see. Were you close by chance?
No, not really. Not. He's a little higher up on the food chain than me, but
See. Then why does it seem like every time he turns to look at you, his heart accelerates?
probably because he wants to murder me.
Or he wants to kiss you.
Yeah, that's why he's got the hots on me. I'm also hot and sweaty.
Yeah, it gets hard on every time he looks at you.
Ah, that was terrible. No!
Well, I just thought I would get on the same page.
Yes, I don't know how exactly we would pull away Leocas from his very isolated seat to have the conversation with him.
Has anyone from the tables got up or walked around at all, or is it just everyone's been sitting the whole time?
Everyone at the moment, everyone's still sitting, still eating their dinner. You can see that some people have started to finish. Plates are being taken away. Leocas is still eating slowly, meticulously.
Yep.
We'll go back to Uku. As you are rambling among the book, he leans in real close. And suddenly there's a blade in front of you. This large greatsword that just magically appeared, it seems like, that he's holding one-handed. And you can see that it is multicolored scales. This is no metal blade. This is literally a blade made out of some sort of scaled creature. The hilt itself seems to be made out of bone.
What? You trying to show me something?
For one so obsessed with dragons, I thought you'd recognize their scales.
Oh, hey, it does kind of look like that. Wow, you got a lot of different colored ones. Is there such thing as multicolored dragons?
No.
Yes.
No.
One.
No.
Nothingness.
That's not a type of dragon.
Oh. I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm gonna try and... Wait, blade-wise, is it one-sided blade? Double-sided blade?
It's a great sword, double side.
Oh, it's a great sword. Well,
As you
Mr.
can see, actually, that the warlord has grabbed his own.
Mine's not that bad. I can see from over there as I'll try to, grab the top and bottom of the not sharp sides and push it away from me. You know, if you just accidentally falter, you look pretty old, so you think if you slip a bit, I don't want to get my neck sliced.
As it disappears. If I wanted to kill you, you would have already been dead.
I don't know about that. I've been tried to be killed multiple times. Only one succeeded. But, either way, I'll do my best not to get killed.
You want to know something that book isn't going to tell you?
What's that?
Dragons are inherently arcane based. You know what I do, little axolotl?
I think he introduced you as one of those magic hunters, right?
Indeed.
Yeah,
But my
like magic, so
specialty-
you kill it.
Are dragons.
Why?
Because they're the hardest to kill.
Why
I've
you want to
killed
kill him in
many.
the first place?
Stability.
Stability.
These dragons create an arcane presence. Are powerful enough to wipe cities.
Yeah, but they don't.
And why do you think that is?
They don't wanna.
Because they're afraid.
No, I'm never known a dragon to be afraid.
You've never met a dragon that has met me.
No offense, but I'm not scared of you. I don't know why a dragon would be.
You should be absolutely terrified.
Why? Because you got
I
that big
can
ass sword?
No, because I can smell the magic on you.
You got magic on me.
And admits it.
I mean, look at me.
We'll be having talks later.
I'm sure we will.
As he gets up.
Are you just gonna leave the party?
Oops, I didn't mean to ping. Chat
Oh
out.
no, he's going down there! Kazan, look casual!
Puts one hand on your shoulder. Interesting crew you've gained, Spark. I know we've never met, but... Good seeing you. We'll meet again shortly.
Oh, how badly I want to
Why
trip
can't I
him.
see any of the doors?
You removed them all.
Did
You might have.
You
Oh,
turned
shit.
Them all, you turned them all into walls.
I did.
Cheers.
Oh no, wait, it was just these two.
Ah!
He's still there?
I mean, they were the ones that we were using.
Oof! Hey, that guy, he's a party pooper. She's just addressing us and I'm closest to her.
Looks away!
Oh! What's with this company, miss? Sad.
Oh no, it wasn't just those ones.
Oh, party's cut all this leg. I'm going without my legs! Let's go without my legs! Man! So party's cut off.
Pause while I fix the doors.
Oh.
Sorry.
What's so funny?
Giggling at legs.
Immature.
Damn, I wish you could attach them to a... There is a module you can do that with, but
Yeah, I've got a Thatcher.
probably... Oh, attach them.
Shit.
Attach the legs.
Why would it draw?
Ah, god damn.
Won't let me to draw anymore. This is sad.
That's because it's paused, I think. Doors. Doors.
I think it was highlighted different.
Doors.
That doesn't work as well.
How secure does this room look?
I mean, it's smack bang in the center of the mansion.
Even like the doors and everything, do they look like if they locked us in, would it be a nightmare getting out?
Oh, not really. There's enough doors there.
Did Leocast see
missed
that
them.
whole exchange?
Hmm?
Did
The
Leocast?
Leocast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Was he focused on that exchange?
He seems to be focused on every exchange. Fucking, why is there so many doors? Door. Continue on.
Oh, cool. Oh, no, I didn't mean to go there. Oh, sorry.
Did you just get up and take his seat?
Yeah. I'm kind of lonely there.
Asserting
The
your
other dude
dominance.
next to me isn't really much good company now. Oh my god. Did he leave his food?
He did.
I eat it.
It was steak.
Oh. Never mind. Don't
Kind of
like it
like
as
the
much.
fish of
It's
land.
not good enough for seconds.
It's half eaten.
Worse is got a gross ass old man spit.
Man.
Ah,
So what's everyone doing at the tables? Still idle chat? Nothing in
Yes.
particular?
Just about everyone would have finished by now. It seems that they seem waiting for something. Leokas has not finished.
Ah, okay.
And very slowly, he sets down his food. Sits down his plate. A maid comes, collects it, and takes it away out to the kitchen. And if you would be all so kind to wait momentarily, dessert will be on the way, and it seems I have a guest that I need to go talk to. As he gets up.
Oh, God, I wish I could go invisible. Oh! Wait! Uku,
yes. Yes.
I think you should take a bathroom break. Go drop a deuce if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. Hell, like, Miss Bay, do you know where the bathrooms are?
I most
Oh, you would
certainly
know
do.
where the bathrooms are, but can you show me?
Where are the bathrooms? Oh, over there. Okay. Oh, yes, right this way. Opens the door behind her.
Ah, shit. Just look at it.
Gestures for you to go through.
Do I hear you? Do I hear
Left.
Uku ask for the
way?
bathroom?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
oh,
Good to
and
know,
left
good to know.
again.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Left.
They.
Wait. Map left. Map left.
That one? Oh, that's outside.
Oh. I missed
You
the
didn't
door.
put a door there.
Gazan, if you could do a favor, I don't know how
Thank you.
much your heartbeat reach thing goes,
Is that a window?
but if
It
you
is,
could
but the windows
stay
have changed too.
in range of the good host.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do.
make sure
Wait, do these windows
nothing
open?
gets in trouble.
No.
Is that door?
Yes. Oh. Wrong one.
No, that's not a door. That's not meant to be a door. Direct bathtub access from the toilet. Okay,
There we go. It's a door
I'm
there.
going to cast a spell.
Mhm.
Invisibility.
Mhm.
Oh, concentration. Okay. Can I actually put that? I can. I go over here and I listen. Do I hear her on the other side?
Make a perception check.
Why does it say invisibility is 3rd level? Is it 3rd level spell?
Nope. But she only has two spell slots.
Oh, right.
And they're all at the highest level, so.
It is. Yeah. Anyway, perception. Ooh, not good at this one.
Oh.
No.
Oh, she's another toilet. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna. Little bit.
Quick.
It was meant to be a little bit. I
window.
can't do it a
No,
little bit.
You can't
Biggie.
do that. Yeah, you see her seemingly waiting for you.
This is not an openable window.
No, it's glass
Still
pane.
stuck in the room.
Fuck! I'm stuck in the bathroom, invisible! Alright, I cast another spell.
Oh no, they're both gone!
Misty Step.
That breaks invisibility.
Does it?
No, it's not hostile.
I thought if you cast any spell, it breaks invisibility.
Let me just read
we'll have
it.
to
I
check
might be
the-
used
yeah.
to. Oh yeah, or cast a
hostile.
spell. I
I'll
can
cast a spell. Yeah, okay.
Fuck. Can't do that. Shit.
I'm gonna
Could you
around
try to
fix the
sneak out
windows.
past her? No, the door would open up.
Is it worth it? She's gonna be fucking standing there waiting for me the whole time. I'm just gonna come up behind her like, hey.
You have to sneak back in.
I have to sneak back in. I guess I got an hour of this. I can give it a go.
Just have been there waiting for an hour.
In the toilet for an hour. Well, oh, you big douche.
I'm not gonna be there for an hour. It's just the spell lasts for an hour.
Or
Okay.
just not come back, you'll just stand there the whole time.
I'm gonna try and sneak out.
Okay. Make a
Is it-
stealth check.
With advantage, Brad? Or is
With
it
advantage
just
because
a
you're
static?
invisible.
Yeah.
17. You peek open the door. You step out. She seems to be leaning on the corner, not paying too much mind.
Am I able to squeeze past her?
You most certainly are, I suppose. It'd be more accurate to say that. Oh my god, I click on her and she can't see you.
Nice.
Anywho.
Get her. Oh wait, shit, wrong way.
They have to navigate.
It's a big house.
Very big house.
I can see where your like purse is going. I'm assuming that's where you
Gonna
are.
try and sneak back into the party.
Gonna sneak back into the party. Okay.
Do I notice the door open?
You
And
would,
close?
yes. Yes. Only you would.
They look really
Um,
cool on these tiles.
Let me check. Nope, he wouldn't. Also wouldn't. Yep. Only Stan notices.
Okay. Is it this way or is it this door? Which door did we enter from? It's one of these ones. And I'm just gonna peek through it, Jerry. I'm just peeking through.
Oh, yeah.
Do I notice that door open as well?
Yes, you do.
It's okay.
You've gathered. You know. It's not hard to
Just
make
gonna
out.
Squeeze to the danger zones.
You
It's
just
perfectly fine. Boom.
Where are they? Is this where he went out of, by the way?
Is there a
Ardon?
random... There's a random...
There
wall
is a
there.
random wall there. Did I see Ardon exit that door? Was it?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so he should have been here and he's gone somewhere else. So now I gotta figure out where he's gone. Guess I'll climb the stairs.
Come on. Stairs. Okay. Increase your height to 20. Oh, God. I'm on multi-series. And pause while you're up there, if you may. So I can, because you have taken some time now. What are you two doing down here?
I was
I'm
gonna
switching
try to-
levels.
I was gonna talk to Sarlacc again.
I was
okay.
going to try and strike up a conversation with Silent Doom.
Right. Desserts
Do
have
that first.
started to come out now. It's like gourmet caramel slices with like a little chocolate egg on top type of
Oh,
thing.
thank fuck it's not vanilla cheesecake and raspberry
Nice.
tart. It's like the only thing they fucking serve. I swear.
Oh, I should have literally just ripped off the desserts I had when I was there. 100%.
Yeah, vanilla
Damn.
cheesecake, raspberry tart. It's the only thing we fucking sell.
Yeah, I like the raspberry tart, but
I like the vanilla cheesecake. It's pretty good.
yeah, there's desserts.
Fuck it. Piece of shit. Fuck it. Yeah. Well, oh good sir. I hope you don't mind me interrupting.
Oh no, what? Nothing whatsoever. Spark, was it?
Yes, that's be me.
Lovely to meet you. I've heard good things about you from Lucas just now.
Yes, I didn't think you would know who I was, but I thought I'd
Not a clue.
Yeah, I thought I would come over and properly introduce myself. You also seem to draw your weapon very quickly once the other man, what was his name? Fucking Ardon? Fucking when Ardon whipped out their weapon.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Just always at the ready. Where I come from, that is necessary.
Does this dinner make you a little bit nervous?
Dinner? No, not whatsoever. Some of the attendees are very interesting, though. Yourself among them.
Yes, I very much stick out like I saw some.
You most certainly do. Though, that we do have in common.
Yes, I thought you were interesting, and I thought I'd introduce myself to you. I look at the girl next to him. No offense.
They've been talking to him off and on, and he's been nice, but you have his full focus, and so they actually look a little bit peeved and have turned to their husbands, demanding their attention.
Oh, I see. I was just going to say
Nobility.
your armor looks quite extravagant. It's quite nice.
Thank you. Finest armor that can be made. You can't skimp on protection.
Yes, protect. Don't be a fool. Wrap yourself in armor. That's what I always say.
I'm sure you do. Looking at you in a suit.
It may not look like it, but I can be combat ready in a matter of seconds.
But how do you know Leocast to get invited to such an event?
We would say that I know someone who is a long pen pal of his.
A pen pal?
That's indeed.
I didn't know Leocast was a writer.
Oh, he certainly seems the type, doesn't he?
Well, the letters he sends to me are most certainly not linguistically in depth, so yes, it does surprise me.
Oh. It seems that he... Wait. Oh no. What happened? Give me a second,
I don't know.
my sounds just disappeared.
Bruh.
Bruh.
There we go. There we go. Fixed it. What was
Has
the last thing you said, sorry?
What was the last thing I said, Sarah?
Linguistically
the last thing I said?
inclined.
No, last thing I
Same.
said.
He certainly seems the type to want to, I don't know. He seems like he'll be a person that would like to write a letter. Maybe less about business, more about personal matters.
Wonder who it's from.
I've been trading partners with Leocast for a long time. Personal doesn't really come into it. This has to be an extremely close friend then.
I would say so. Someone who shares a few secrets with him. He's a few thoughts that, other people may not like. Everyone has those things. People you don't like but have to get along with. I don't know if you noticed my axolotl friend that I came in with. Quite bubbly and very interesting, but quite annoying sometimes too.
I see. Well, good
Well,
meeting you.
As Zazie meeting you, so just thought, introduce myself, get to know some of the people, especially the ones with looks like they had good blacksmiths.
Hmm.
I'm going to go
Out
have
of your
my
price
dinner.
range, I'm afraid.
Oh, I definitely think so, but everyone can admire. And I'm just gonna start walking back to my seat.
Mm-hmm. Stand.
Okay, cool. So, Lord Solon. That's how you
Stan.
pronounced. Yes. I was a bit rude. I didn't ask you where you were from. I didn't quite. I'm new to the continent. I haven't really been on the continent very much, other than recently. But yeah. So, where do you
Well,
come from?
I am from here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, not the
Yes.
specific building, of course, but this town. I am
Oh,
one of the highest ranking nobles.
one of the highest ranking nobles. Oh, very prestigious.
Indeed, the right hand of the Duchess herself.
The Duchess. I've actually heard of the Duchess. I've heard
I would
very good
certainly
things.
hope that you've heard of the ruler of this country.
Oh, well, I've only been here for a little while. Yeah. Yeah. It seems like this part of the continent's a lot nicer than the other part I've travelled through, which is pretty nice. Oh, well,
We pride ourselves on being one of the most accepting countries in the area.
Yes. So, what is your realm? What do you do exactly? Like, as the right hand of the Duchess?
Well, I'm her most trusted advisor. I am essentially one of the ruling members in this place.
Oh, wow.
But I'm not one to brag, so.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm just a small little portable. I don't really know what to say. I'm not noble. I don't really come to these things very much. So, but jeez. What am I supposed to do? Is it like am I supposed to go by like meant to call you Lord, or what's your exact title?
My title is Lord Sarenwood.
Sarenwood. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm just
Though
lowly old
many
Stan.
use my full title of Lord Sarlach Taranwood. Though
Ah.
Lord Taranwood is fine for this party.
Yeah. It seems like you have a very busy job.
Indeed, I do. Leocas being part of that. He comes under my dominion.
Oh, really?
Indeed. This immediate area falls under my jurisdiction.
Ah, good to know.
Indeed.
Any problems recently?
No problems that haven't been able to be dealt with, of course. Everything
Of
is
course.
perfectly fine.
Can I insight that?
You may.
Sweet.
Eh.
Hard figure to read. He's a
yeah.
noble who is used to politics.
Politics.
But if you don't mind me asking, what exactly are you... why are you even here? I'm curious as to know your relationship with Leocas. I would have thought I would have heard of you.
Oh, well, I'm just helping a friend, really. But
Oh, so
but it's
you're
more
like,
I
+1.
kind of, yeah. Yeah, it's like yeah, I'm just part of the group of people that are just around. It's more of a yeah, I'm just helping a friend basically.
How very noble. Helping a friend. There is nothing better than helping those in need.
Yeah, that's what my that's what I try to do. I try to help people when I can.
Absolutely admirable.
Yeah. If you have the means to do so, I always think you should.
Bravo, I say. You must have my dessert.
Do you have any hobbies?
Well, I am partial to the bit of fencing now and then.
Oh, fencing. Oh.
Yes, I consider myself quite good at it.
And not that popular where I'm from, but I think it'll be interesting. I should give it a go sometime.
Oh, most certainly. You should come swing by and I'll give you a practice bout.
Yeah. So you've been having many problems with arcane or magic around? I know it's a bit of a touchy subject on the continent.
I know we have these marvelous, absolutely marvelous individuals like Sir Ardon, as you are aware, to deal with such matters for us.
Yeah, I've heard that
They do
they're
such an
formidable.
excellent job. Oh, quite formidable indeed. They are highly specialized individuals who are, well, to be perfectly honest, built for dealing with such matters, whereas our general soldiers and fighters of ours are dealt to deal with populace. Or
What do you mean by built?
with training, stuff like that.
Training. Yeah.
But I must run. I have the sudden urge to go take a number one.
Number
Oh,
one,
no.
I see.
Miss, if you don't
Oh,
mind
no. You gotta
guiding
go.
me to the toilets. As he stands up. The maid will guide him.
Sarah's character's gonna make a noble piss himself.
Anyway,
And I'll go back upstairs.
Yep.
Continue on.
not in here. This is wife, and he obviously would not want that man to see wife. But I'm just gonna peek my head in and see if the child's in here too. Oh, she is!
As you enter, she perks up and looks directly at you.
Just waving my hand.
Broad smile. Waves.
100% thinks you're a burglar.
Way back.
Wait, can she see her? Can she see her? Okay.
Do the others notice?
No one notices, no.
Oh, sweet. Fuck, I don't know. Okay, I just wave, do a peace sign, and then go out.
Peace out!
It's out, baby. I had to think you do the Homer Simpson thing and just fade backwards.
Peek. No,
Bedroom.
I don't think you'd be upstairs then. Peek.
Bedroom.
What was a fancy bedroom? I'm gonna guess. Yes, Leogas's bedroom. That's that door. Okay, sorry, Derry.
Put yourself on 0.
Oh, right, yeah, it's my. Sorry, I'm used to it being like separate areas.
Yeah, I would do the other thing, but it
Just going
breaks.
to do some sneaking in. Oh, there they are. Peeking. Very much peeking. I'm not entering.
You can actually see that even as you just open the door, Ardon goes to look before Leocastus just puts his hand on his knee to grab his attention. They're speaking very hushed though, so I will regardless of...
But there doesn't seem to be any hostilities right now.
No. In fact, it's overly friendly. So, well, from Leocastus.
Hand on his knee, he's feeling his leg off.
Would
Arden, however, is clearly openly hostile.
openly hostile.
Yeah,
He seems angry.
100%.
Could I try and listen to what they're saying?
Yes, you
Or
may
would
make
I-
a perception check. It won't be terribly hard, but it is higher than 10, so...
Wish I had an arrow point or something.
Otherwise, I would have used your passive. No, for you to actually hear them, you'd probably have to actually enter the room and maybe get to this table in front of you.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do. Fuck, it isn't even that. Ah, it's better than Uku's, but again, I'm invisible and I have a feeling he'd see it. Well, actually, she's just gonna whisper. Fable dear, can you hear anything? Because Fable dear has keen senses. And has advantage on checks that require sight, hearing, or smell. Could Fable dear try?
Yeah, Fable Deer. I click on Fable Deer and I can't see you. God damn it. Stupid invisibility.
Well,
The reason no one can actually see Fable Deer right now is because he is under your hat.
Yeah, exactly. That's why she's looking up at whispering.
The DC would be slightly higher due to the muffling of the hat, but he can most certainly make a perception check.
Why isn't it working?
Is it the broken sheet?
Oh, maybe let me just try again.
I should change default
What?
sheets.
Oh, I see what you mean. How do I do that?
Click on the sheet cogwheel, the sheet, default sheet.
Is Sarah's pop
Would you
working?
do it for me? Because I don't want to, say things.
Sarah's
No,
bubble
it's
is
not.
working.
Oh, what is going? I've had that. Oh, hello? No? Oh, it's not my...
I don't think it's been working for a while.
Oh, whoopsies. It wasn't picking up my mic.
No, wrong mic!
The wrong mic.
Wrong
Thanks to
mic.
my computer must have reset.
I think mine did.
Yeah.
I think there was a Windows update.
Yeah,
But
Windows
I
updates
can't
Timberwolf
click
stuff.
on
Wait a minute.
abilities.
Yeah, so just click on the cogwheel sheet and then default sheet,
Sarah?
5e NPC sheet.
Yeah, oh, that one.
Your
It's on
pop-up's
default sheet. Oh, NPC.
Your pop-up's still not working.
Oh,
It's
what the
constantly
it's
just
like
fuck is
pausing
going
it.
on?
Oh, there we go.
I might have accidentally.
Unclicked it.
No, what's happening is 1 second. It's the sensitivity. There we go. That should be better. Okay. Anyway, save. So default NPC sheet.
Yes.
Oh, okay. What is this one?
Yeah.
Let me try. Okay. Perception advantage. A 15.
15. Fabledier can make it out. However, Fabledier can only communicate to you via emotions.
I know.
Okay.
Happy, sad, confused.
What emotions you get from Fabledier would be confusion, then intimidated, then fear. This is all very rapid, obviously. Fear and concern realms.
Oh, I'm gonna ask Fabledier very simple questions. Fabledier can still understand me. Are we in danger? Tap my head for yes once. Tap my head twice for no.
Taps your head 3 times.
What the fuck does that mean? Is that a maybe?
Taps your head once.
Okay. Is Leocast in danger?
Taps your head once.
Should we intrude? As in, is he in danger now?
Taps your head 3 times.
Just the second question. Don't worry about the first.
Taps your head 3 times.
I don't know what that means. It's a maybe. I know it's a maybe. I know what it means, but I don't know what to do.
Well,
I'm just gonna keep watching for about, I'll say, 5 minutes.
Okay.
5 minutes of combat go by.
So, about not even 45 to a minute goes by before Arden stands up abruptly. And Leocast kind of goes, "Now, Arden, we can't have those types of things here. And to accuse one such as I is a brave accusation. I sure hope that you have adequate proof. But, of course, please, do enjoy the party once again. I believe there's still dessert awaiting you. It would be terribly rude of you to leave and right now, just when the party's starting. You wouldn't want to insult our dear Duchess, would you?" No, I guess I wouldn't want to insult the dear Duchess. Gets up. What's the best? The best thing is I can't see you because I'm on Arden. I recognize that you've moved. Okay. Let me move these two. I never moved them all the way to the toilet.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
my familiar's going fucking haywire because this damn thing cannot hold them together.
Okay. Wonderful.
Gonna squeeze.
Yeah, they seem to have be mildly chatting.
Okay. Is there a sink?
There is a bathtub
Even
and a
wash
mirror.
hands?
Medieval times.
Okay, I'm gonna dismiss my invisibility.
Ah, what a
Oh wait, shit.
hello there. Terribly sorry, I didn't notice that you entered.
That's okay, cause. Yep, that's okay. If you you wanna go over?
Lord Sarlacc Taranwood, I believe. Who was it?
Yes, my name is Zuku. I would extend my hand, but I have no place to wash.
Wash? You mean then we wash in the bathtub?
Oh. Okay. Is it pool?
It is, yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, I'll rub my hands together in the bathtub.
I thought you were just gonna
As-
jump in.
So did I. As you both wash hands. So, Uku, yes, as I believe you were introduced.
Yeah, my name is Zuku. You just said your name was Lord Sarlacc, didn't you?
Lord Taranwood.
Lord Taranwood. Lovely to meet you. She then puts her hand out.
Shakes your hand. What, if you don't mind me asking, is your relationship with Leocas? I haven't seen you before.
I am friends with many people, including ones that he knows.
Oh, so you're you're a friend of an acquaintance that and got invited along?
Well, not a friend of an acquaintance, but a friend of a friend, yes.
A friend of a friend. So you're like a +3.
Yeah, and some people, because of some of my skills, some people find me interesting to have around, so I'm around.
Oh, skills. What type of skills?
I see you moving while talking.
Yes.
I can play instruments.
Oh, a bard.
In a ways. Oops, I dabble in it. Nope. I think
Thought that was
follow
me.
us.
I'll move them separately, but yes.
And some people consider me to be entertaining.
Entertaining. I did see that you were in deep conversation with Arden
He
earlier.
doesn't really count. He just doesn't like entertaining things. He's no fun.
But well, he Arden's not exactly the patient man.
Do you know Arden well?
Oh, quite well. Yes,
Oh.
he's done many a job for me. This door.
What sort
But
of things
lovely.
does he help you out?
Oh, you know, the occasional monster hunting. It's things like that. But you must get back to your seat. Oh, I forgot to move Arden back.
Yes. Guess I'll go back to the boring pair.
Good meeting you.
Good meeting you!
Yeah. But as everyone once again returns, Arden did go through the other door, Spark, so didn't pass by you.
Okay.
Leocas takes his seat once again as he quickly eats his dessert to catch up with everyone. Arden pushes his dessert aside. Everyone else consumes, I would imagine, it's dessert. Everyone loves dessert.
I wasn't there the whole time.
Yeah, yours is still there.
I just pushed mine away from me a bit.
Oh. As everything gets cleared up by the maids. Which I almost forgot. Oh, that one was perfect though. Now, if that is all everyone done, hope you enjoyed the food, and let the night of festivities start. There is a library to your right, a gambling room behind us. If you need any assistance, the maids will help, of course. Entertainment will be in this room. The dancers and the bards will be in here, of course, up on this stage. And dancing will be encouraged. If, of course, you're so inclined. But now, if you don't mind, I will have to go to my office for a moment. But as I assure you, I'll be joining the festivities soon enough. Smiles. And steps away.
Thank God your dragon's under your hat.
Bad.
I went the wrong way. As the two bards make their way up to the stage, the performers up in front of them, they start their performance, and slowly people start to filter out.
Into different rooms or actually leaving?
And into different rooms. You see a couple head behind through this door.
Well, I know what I'm gonna do in this time. Just briefly.
Mm.
Oh, where is it? Come on, come with me. You keep messing up. I'm looking at this.
Oh no, she's gonna touch the fucking statue.
Yeah, I am. It
Lord.
looks over to the maid. Oh, wait till you've done all that, though.
Carry moving or deleting tokens?
Deleting, I have them pre-placed.
So-
Surprise, I didn't see any.
Actually,
They're all invisible.
Oh.
Some do go upstairs. Most remain downstairs. Many go to the libraries, as
Did
it is
some go upstairs?
rare. Yeah, some go upstairs.
Oh, fuck
Okay.
yeah! I got no issues!
Yeah, of course you can. I will move the others though directly. You see the warlord gets up, passes by, and goes through
It's gone
this
for me.
door.
is that to the library?
That is towards the library. As he goes and seemingly
Wait.
goes to Leocas's office.
Oh, that's...
Archon will go upstairs. Oh god, that was terrifying. Apparently it was right behind, fucking underneath Fairy. And Lord Sar, you will go to the gambling area. Right. We'll start down here as you make your way up, Uku. Stan Spark.
Hmm.
I'd love to go to fucking Leocas's office, but
You might have a cruise
The
into
warlord
the library.
is currently having a meeting with him, it seems.
Gazan, you know more about this individual. You are
Freaking.
what they say, pen pals.
I wouldn't say that. Once, like I said, I've never actually met him. The fact that he was able to recognize me is a mild surprise. I am curious about what he knows.
About what he knows? What do you mean?
Well, my first impressions of him are very interesting. He's a lot younger than I thought he would be.
Well, given by his ears, I would say he's elven or half elven, so the years may not show.
That would explain it then.
All right, you can't see. Sorry, I always seem to forget these things.
Yes, apologies. I'm not able to tell a race just by hearing them.
Yes, yeah,
So-
he looks elven or half elven. So
So,
Yes, Dan?
do we have any idea what we're doing?
Well, I heard Uku go upstairs,
Yeah.
but I apologies. I feel like I won't be that much help in this social circles. The ability to not be able to see is quite the hindrance when talking to someone and seeing if I can tell if what their actual intentions are.
Okay. Well, I'm going to check out the library, just in case. I'm just going to see if what kind of literature they have, you know? What? How big is this library?
I mean, you can see. I didn't do
Like,
dynamic
is it-
lighting on the actual
Is it multiple
bookshelves.
levels? There's like stairs, so I didn't know whether it's like multiple levels.
It
or
goes
not.
up. Yes, but the main stuff is down here. You can go up if you want.
Okay. What type of books are there? Like, is it a bit of everything or anything?
Bit of
pretty much
everything.
Something specific. Okay.
History, fantasy, fiction, non-fiction, bits and pieces. Doesn't seem like there's an insane bit of organization. It is also quite disorganized. There are books that there is no clear definition of organization. There's no signage. It seems that some of the books that you pick up are a bit greasy or sticky. Not in that way. I'll stick with greasy.
Greasy.
Um,
Someone's a hardcore reader, getting their greasy hands all over the books.
someone's a fucking nerd.
Hardcore reader.
that type of thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna go over here and peruse over by the door.
Uh-huh.
Can I try to?
I certainly
hear
can.
anything? Just casually, just not being
Yeah,
too
yeah.
overly. Yeah. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Perception. Normal.
21. We'll get to you in a minute then.
Oh, pretty good.
Spark. Will you be chilling on the dance floor, boogieing out with Kazan?
I don't think either one of us dances. Me
You can
for
lead him in like a waltz.
I don't dance. Well, actually, I don't
There's no
publicly dance. Wait, Sally?
Nothing.
I don't publicly dance, but no, I shall go to the library too. I'll just start looking through some books.
Go
Kazan
to the smut section.
will actually be on the dance floor.
Oh god, he's gonna fall over.
Just bopping.
Averagely dancing. He's not allowed to use his magic, so of course it's average. Okay. 21. Yeah, you're gonna be hearing that, so I will go to Uku because that might take a while.
Yeah.
Uku, what are you doing there?
All right. She's going to be. She's going over this door.
See, all the dynamic lighting on this level's fine. It was just the
Yeah,
ground
it's all
floor.
fine. She'll be keeping sort of like a side eye to the people behind her, and seeing their reaction when she opens the door. Yep.
Well, the one with their back to you pays no mind. at all. The one that can actually see you gives you a curious look, but doesn't.
Wrong way.
Yeah, it seems that they don't know enough to be accurately judging you.
He never said certain places were banned.
No, that's exactly why they can't.
So
But-
she doesn't know either to the level of bad she's doing.
Do you make a deception? You make a general charisma check, actually.
I can do a deception if you want me to do a
No,
deception.
make a charisma check. I believe you shouldn't be entering their personal quarters, little one.
I have never been in a house this big. That's the truth. So I don't know where the personal quarters normally are.
Well, perhaps you should get a maid to guide you.
Perhaps. They're
If
all
you want,
downstairs, aren't they?
I am more than capable of calling out to one if you need, and if your voice is not able to get very loud.
Hmm. Wait, am I meant to be yelling at the maids? They're not my maids. And she's also, I'm purposely saying this loud enough. Also for the other door too.
Also for the other door?
The closed door next to me.
Oh,
Okay, I'm just making my fucking presence known.
yep.
I'll just go get one.
Very well. They
What are
will
you
be able to
guys
give you-
doing up here?
We're having a pleasant discussion over some wine.
Oh, sorry, I'm disturbing that. I'll leave you to it.
You most certainly are. Gives you a deadpan look.
What's the other one like? He stayed silent this whole time.
Oh, the other one's going. Sip of the wine. I don't know anything that just happened. He just started accusing you. Because he didn't see. He just assumes that you opened the wrong door.
Yep. Okay, let me just. Whoops, I did -0. That's not right. Let me just fix it over there as well. Ahem. Hello.
Yes, Uku. How may I be of service?
You know who I am?
Of course.
Oh. Even Leocast didn't recognize who I was. Anyway, I have a couple questions.
Ask away, young Uku.
Do you know why he's got a statue of a dragon in his front?
You mean the statue there? It was created by his predecessors.
Ah. Ah, I see. So, where am I allowed to go and where am I not allowed to go?
Well, anyway, within reason, of course. Please do not enter the kitchen. The chefs are busy. Unless you have a special request.
No.
Avoid the personal quarters.
Oh, yeah.
There is one that will have a sign on it.
Did I see that one with a sign on it?
You did not.
Ah,
That one is the young master's. Oh, the master's daughter.
Ah.
Avoid disturbing her as much as possible. She is unwell.
oh yeah, I heard that she's unwell. Do you know what she's sick with?
I'm afraid I have no medical knowledge. I just can bring her warm water.
Well, if you don't mind, perhaps this could be of assistance. I'll dig through my bag. And yeah, I'm gonna again ignore any sort of finance. Oh no, this one was made, so it's okay. And I pull out a potion of healing and give it to the maid.
Ah, well, your concern is appreciated. Such potions won't be of any effect. I do apologize, but thank you. The gesture is noted.
Oh. not that kind of injury.
No,
Okay.
physically she is fine.
Okay, well, that's unfortunate. I would have loved another energetic person around here.
You're at
I
the
w-
wrong party for that type of people.
Not as. Yeah. I'll just leave it as that. Man, even the maids are boring. How am I
They're
under that
professional. He's boogieing. He's enjoying himself.
Wait, where the fuck did what's his name go? Arden?
Yes.
This place is bustling.
You can see that people have very much been sampling his private book collection.
Oh. Hey, Spock!
What?
Did you know that statue out there is draconic? The writing on it?
It is. Yes, we noticed this last time.
What?
What do you mean, what? It's also warm.
No. No. I point out the window outside.
I don't see any windows.
Come towards me, you dummy. Out here. You don't see the windows? Right here, where the grains of glass are.
The bar
That's
statue?
Yeah. The writing underneath is draconic.
Oh. Okay.
This is boring.
Excuse me? Did you say you can read Draconic? One of the nobles there that was sitting there and having an idle conversation that it's your ex talking around.
Did we both can read the conic?
Yeah, look at me. I am a type of dragonborn.
That is amazing.
I
You
know.
must teach me. How much do you want?
I don't know how to read.
Make a deception check if you want.
Tornado! Natural one.
Okay with that.
These are okay rolls to be doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's puts me in direct harm. Just makes people maybe not too keen on me.
But you just said that. Oh, she's gone.
Sorry, new people kind of scare her.
Of course. Perfectly understandable for someone so small.
Yes.
But you said you could read Draconic, did you not?
Yes, I can read Draconic.
How much for you to become a private tutor?
Sadly, I don't think being a private tutor is in my scope at the moment.
10,000 gold for the year?
I would. It's not money that's the issue. It's more just my time. But I'm more than happy to take
are you
your-
in debt? I'm more than happy to pay your debts.
No, it's not that I'm in debt. I don't like to stay in one place for too long.
I see. If you're worried about leave, you're perfectly fine to take a week of leave every month.
No, that's
Oh, that's actually very gracious.
I live a more nomadic lifestyle. I like to travel around.
Get 12 weeks a year. That's fucking awesome.
That's dope, but I'm more than happy to teach you a few phrases tonight if you would like.
Oh, I would absolutely be pleasured.
I'm just gonna start telling you some phrases.
Like,
Oh, what a nice book!
Oh yeah, she's not impeding it. She's just
No.
at the doorway.
But she, before I was gonna, and I know that Cass is in a meeting right now. Do you know when he'll be done with that?
Apologies, I do not.
Well, okay. Thank you. Man, what do I do now? What do I do now?
Just pacing.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't really want to talk to those guys. He's in the
We're going back to
meeting.
Stan.
I'm really
Yeah.
interested in these books over here. Oh man,
Oh,
looking
yeah.
at the same book over and over again, whatever it is.
Oh, it's upside down.
Now, Dan, you rolled a
Yes.
21. You can hear this. It's still muffled, but you're able to make it out quite easily.
Mm-hmm.
As I prepare for a one-person conversation.
Solitaire is grinning.
No, it's just only a piece. I want to be focusing.
So, first and foremost, you hear Lee. You got here pretty quickly.
Mhm.
You hear the clattering of a glass on the table. As you hear Leocas speak. So, Warlord, lovely for you to attend this ostentatious party. But it is also rare for you to make such a trip, so in that case, I would assume that you have something very, very important to discuss with me. I hope this has nothing to deal with my outside trading. We never did sign an exclusive deal, after all. The Warlord then goes, well, yes, to a limited extent. You're trading with what we consider to be our enemies. It's somewhat unhonorable to deal to both sides, don't you think, Leocas? I'm just here to make sure that there isn't anything more to it than just a greedy merchant. No, of course not. That is, of course, not something that should be worried about. I am merely keeping my options open, as you know I am from there, as much as I... How do I say it? Dislike certain individuals. My family still must come first, of course. That is something that you must understand. Well, yes. Though that should be to a certain extent. They are the ones that have banished you. From my point of view, Leocas, it seems that you want to go back. And I'll tell you right now, if I had any other choice to source out the items that we so need, I would kill you here and now. Leocas. You can basically sense a smile. And I will tell you that is incredibly difficult to do. Otherwise, I would have been dead a long time ago, dear Warlord. But this is a dreary conversation. What about we have this on the morrow? This is a party, after all. It'd be a shame to not experience it and be cooped up in my office dealing shadow deals. Fine. On the morrow it is. Turtle. My lord, my lady.
Hi, Cleanside!
Draconic?
Yes.
Interesting.
So that is nice to meet you.
Is it just silent in the office now?
Leocas in the office. Silent Doom is the warlord.
I mean, is it silent in there now?
Oh!
You made a mistake there, making it his name.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Have a look at that.
Okay.
Is he on the fucking toilet?
What? Who?
Terry, look at my screen. It's very weird. Your dynamic lighting is not working up here.
I've clicked on your token. What's?
Oh
What?
no, it is. Oh, never mind. No, it's got the
What?
fabled here. It's got the fabled here.
Oh, wait! You can see the toilet down there when you've got both.
Yeah, adjust that because it's doing the top vision with the bottom area. There we go.
Don't cheat in my map.
Me too.
He seems to be hands behind his back, staring out the window.
I'm gonna try and slink past. Not.
Gives you brief side eye. You are now that door has very big signage in like colored crayon writing on like a sign that's hanging off the door. Ferris room.
Incite him then.
Mm-hmm.
Does he seem like he's actually focusing out the window? Is he Or is he distracted? Okay, is there a reason why he's next to the fucking daughter's room? Insight time! Bam!
I have to now click on his token. Yeah. Ardon is not one to hide his motives. He doesn't really do sneaky beaky like per se. You can see that he is standing at a bit of an angle. So yes, he is looking outside, 100%. But you're able to tell that he's within his peripheral vision is Farah herself.
I look at him. I look where, because I know where she is anyway. And where she is and shit. I just go, ugh, creep.
Son of a bitch.
Right?
Son of a bitch. Just calling him a pedophile. I see how it is.
Not invisible anymore, and she starts sneaking in a room.
She doesn't actually seem to notice you.
God, you're what is with this household and their perception? Come here, Fabled dear. Really difficult. You're under my hat, but
Has moved.
What?
Just checking people on the ground floor.
Oh, okay.
So
These are just random nobles from the party?
yes, they seem to be having a lovely chat.
Okay, good. So I'm allowed
There's
to be up here.
Yeah, there's faint piano music.
Oh, the nice. Whoa. Okay, hold on just a second, Farah. Music!
She, without missing a beat, turns. Yes, what can I do for you?
Can I give that a go?
Ah, you would have to ask the lady of the house.
I brush myself off. Ma'am?
She pauses, looks to you. Yes. Hi.
She does the hand at the back. The rocking between the balls and heels of her feet. May I have a go on the piano?
What an odd request, but of course, if you so wish. This is a party, and I assume you're one of the guests?
Mm-hmm.
Then go right ahead. Lana.
Oh, lovely to meet you, Lana. My name is Iku.
Have a wonderful performance.
Thank you. I'll throw a cheeky smile at Farah.
The smile is big and wide. The maid steps off.
Thank you. You can have it when I'm done. Sorry for taking your spot. Goddamn. There we go. Moment to play. You want me to make a check?
Of course, a performance check. Are you playing anything specific?
Well, it's a fancy party, so I gotta think up some fancy music. So I'm gonna just search up fancy music.
Do Flight of the Bumblebee.
No. Something like good old Beethoven or something. I'll do some Mozart.
It's called Beethoven.
Sorry.
Beethoven. Lucy Keith, bro.
And it's called Mozart.
Right. Sorry. Different word. Right. No.
They're pre-calamity, so the names are weird.
Exactly what I'm gonna do because it's one of my favorites, and that is from Howl's Moving Castle, the main theme. It's on piano.
Performance check!
Of course. Very magical song, being a moving castle. Can I please
That was a
roll?
20 for a brief second.
I wish I had a reroll. I don't care, it's useless. I would re-roll it there. Can I roll better?
How many nat ones did you roll this session?
Roll 3.
Your rolls are fucking
You're
horrible.
unlucky.
We should go back to roll 20 so you roll okay.
It didn't help. So, for you won't be able to get to do anything else. But you'll continue your playing and you'll get to a certain point within it. I'll be moving to the ground floor. Don't do anything. I'm not watching you because I can't.
Do it all.
Okay.
Fucking do it, explore.
Let's just start attacking Arden.
He can't stop you.
He can't stop me.
Don't make me pause the game. But downstairs, brief interaction. You do try to teach her, very brief with that one line before you can see that she is clearly struggling and is having issues with it. Before her friend kind of goes, "This is a party. We shouldn't be holding up such a respected guest with your obsessions. I do apologize on behalf of my dear sister. If you would be, do go and enjoy the party. We won't hold you up any longer."
Can I insight check to see if she just wants me to fucking stop because the sounds are annoying?
Sure.
Ah! My character sheet. It's empty. Why is my character sheet empty?
It's most certainly not.
Why can I not open my I gotta reload the page. Oh, the game's just not loading for me now. Oh, there we go. Okay, I don't need to see the moon cycles. Insight.
I need to know the moon cycles. 13. I mean, yeah, it's not hard to tell. It's not because of the sound. In fact, it almost seems like she's used to it. It is most certainly more generalized annoyance at her sister as she seems to be obsessing over something again.
Okay, well, hopefully you'll find a teacher to help you learn the language. Although it's quite
Yes.
guttural, you might have a little bit of issues.
Well, thank you for trying, and I do apologize. My sister is right. We shouldn't be holding you up at a party.
It's completely
She doesn't use the
fine.
words "we."
I just, Mark, could I have a conversation with you for a second?
Okay. Enjoy the parties, ladies. It was a pleasure to meet both of you. What's it, do I need to take a deuce?
Not sure. Can I fill you in on what I heard? Because you heard it as well. So,
What? What did I hear?
fuck's sake.
I don't know, but I was teaching that woman, or trying to. I was trying to
Out of character, I relay the information to you that I got from the conversation.
Wait a minute! Why, you sneaky fuck? No, you can't
I
do
go back
that.
to my favorite book as well. Actually, would I've seen that? The bookcase.
No, neither of you would have seen that.
You
bastard.
sneaky fuck, I was about to go in there. Okay, let's... I think I just
But
heard the door
since you
open.
don't know he's in there, you
Yeah.
would still go up there and ask. Probably.
No lie.
I heard the door open and close.
Oh, if I heard, I would go and listen again. Probably.
Yes, let's go do that.
I
This woman... I'm just gonna take this woman's seat.
She's out there having a smoke. Excuse me, that spot is taken.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought she was getting up and moving. Stand here.
hello.
Is that a word?
I'm gonna go in.
It's locked.
Ah!
Okay.
Just walk in. You could
It's
knock.
locked! I'm knock.
No answer.
Can I hear
Hello?
anything?
Is
Can
there
I hear any
everything
moving?
okay? Do I hear anything?
No.
Oh, fuck. This guy wasn't here. You know what? Fuck it. Oh, no.
Is there any like? Is there okay? I'll.
Excuse me. Make my way through.
I think the door is locked. What the fuck?
He just walks in.
Hey, that's not allowed. He didn't have a key. Terry, you piece of shit.
No, Leocast unlocked it.
What some bullshit.
I listen.
Sure, make a perception check.
I I want to also attempt to listen.
My team moved. Yeah, you told me I couldn't
Ooh.
move.
He
Did not
moved
roll well.
during what you
Ah.
were doing.
Jeez. Roll bad.
The song still
No.
goes for like 3 minutes. That's why.
Terry cheats.
No, no. Technically, we're in the past at the moment to Uku. 16. Not a thing. Well, you hear them muffled, but you're not able to make it out. It seems that, especially to you, Stan, who was able to hear one of the conversations, it seems to be further away, and they seem to be even more hushed.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go walk around a bit more.
I'm gonna pick up the book Stan's been reading, and I'm gonna pretend to read.
I'm gonna go into the... What's up here? Is this the gambling area? What is this room?
Gambling area, yes. They are in the midst of playing poker.
Ooh, what's this game? I don't know whether I've seen poker before. I've probably seen poker before, right? Oh,
I hope you enjoy the party, Leocas. I will get back to it. Spark.
Good.
Actually, wrong way. He went the other way.
I was going to say he's going the same way as the enemy. Maybe he's the enemy. We don't know.
He was in the gambling room. Take a seat. Spark, what are you doing now?
Now. No, you know, I want to go grab Chasm.
He's boogie. Okay, you go grab cousin.
I'm gonna go grab Chasm.
Stan, what are you doing?
Uh,
Are you learning the ways of poker?
yeah, I'm learning the ways of poker. So I put money in, and I win money. Is that how it works?
Maybe. Ideally for us, you'd lose money.
Ah,
The noble
okay.
beside you is explaining it to you.
Ah, okay. And what are these for? And I pick up the chips.
That is the representation of money.
Ah,
Each
okay,
chip
so
has a specific value.
we give a representation of money in
Yes.
to get
Fake
these other
money.
representation of money.
Yes. And then you, well, check out. One of the maids is the organizer.
Okay, I'll go in for a round, I guess, and I throw all my gold on the table.
Collects all your gold. Replaces it with chips. Goes back to a spot. Very professional. And as that happens... no, actually not quite. Spark. Continue.
Well, I want to take Kazan, and I want to take him to see Leocas. I'm sure he has a lot to talk about. As we are here to protect him.
Very well. Stops boogieing. Bows to the dancers.
I shall, be dragging him along.
Yes.
Excuse me, ladies, blind man's coming through.
Oh, the poor dear.
I'll
As you
drop
get to
him.
there,
I'll be back one.
and Uku,
Huh?
you come to the conclusion of your song. There is a brief clapping. I have to do it louder, otherwise my mic doesn't pick up.
Meh, not my best.
As now I need to go to my notes because I pre-wrote everything, so now I need to actually start. As you see, that this noble has actually come into the room. But Does that come up?
Well,
It does. Ignore that.
Ah!
As you just hear the noble in front of you. Oh my god. Leocast is dead!
Was that in the way? How long has he been dead for?
Do I hear
As
this?
the rest of you just hear shouting, Leocast is dead!
Can I go running as fast as I can towards that?
You may certainly do that.
Okay. Do I?
Is anyone a medic?
Oh. Do I get
Get-
there in
get you to
under a
it.
minute?
Is he
No, it's not a
dead,
minute.
dead,
What is
or
it?
can he be like health potion back up?
Make a medicine check.
Fuck!
Uku, are you moving as well? You can hear this.
no, I'm not.
You're not? Okay.
12.
As you then see Lana get up and drag Farah mildly protesting Farah and dumps her in a room and then goes in with her.
How dead does he look once I get there?
Back to the ground. Multi-level maps are so difficult. See, let me move the necessary NPCs. That will be
He's the country dude.
clamoring.
I saw the door open and he was alive before that cunt went in.
How dead does he look?
Wait, I'm missing one. 1 second.
Lord,
I'm
you
sorry.
look.
NPCs are different levels. He comes right there. He's actually on the stairs looking above everything, actually. Ah,
How dead is this man?
medicine check. Oh, you already did.
I did.
He did.
Yeah. Yes,
I'll
you
do
can
one
do
of
one
them,
of
yeah.
your own as well.
Yeah, because.
Dead.
Well,
Oh
no.
man,
Dead. Very dead.
how long ago was he? How long ago was he dead?
Matter of minutes.
Minutes. Fuck. If it was under a minute, I could do something, but it's over a minute.
So,
Too bad.
let me briefly describe the scene of the crime. This is so going to
Oh,
go into
great.
another session.
Yes.
With this fucking party? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm only up to chapter 3. Oh no, chapter 2. Maybe I wrote too much for this. Anywho, first thing is the corpse is there on the ground. Interestingly, not
Oh.
behind his desk. You see that he has his own personal bookshelf there. Very, very interesting that those ones are not on the bookshelf, but you're focused on the dead body in front of you. The corpse itself seems to be unmarked. There seems to be no obvious wounds on the body.
But, I don't know whether this is a part of like. Can I use my herbalism kit to see whether he's poisoned in some way, or is that too far of what I can use that for?
There's a poisonous kit for that one.
I can use it to identify poisons.
You could. What are you looking for? Injection wound, ingestion. What are the other ones? Sniffing, inhaling.
As signs of like, I don't know.
Can we look for like inflammation around the neck? Discoloration.
Sure. Herbalism check then.
Bulging of the skin.
Yep. Yep. 1 second. Just getting it up. Herbalism using
Intelligence.
intelligence. All right. And am I getting help for this, or just straight roll?
I don't have a herbalism kit, but I can investigate.
Oh.
Um.
I'm
Well,
so
I
straight.
could find the.
mm,
Try
Yep.
and find
What the
spots on my
fuck is
body.
going on?
Oof. You can investigate the corpses separately, while Stan is looking at a poisoned aspect, looking at any fainter type of wounds. God.
Man, we're rolling
Um,
bad.
You pat down the corpse, just looking at anything. At the same time, Lord Sarlacc, Harrenwood enters. What is going? Leocas, what have you two done?
What has we done? You was the last one to enter the room.
He was perfectly fine when I last entered. Thank you very much. How dare you accuse me?
I came running as I heard that he was dead, and I
God,
came
I wish I
running.
could inside him.
You, of course, are fine, Stan. You were right beside me.
Can I insight him?
Of course you can. Well, no, you're too busy investigating. Unless you want
Ah.
to cancel your investigation.
Yeah, same here, probably.
With your check, it's very quick that there was no obvious signs or anything like that.
No, okay.
No signs of poisoning that you can tell that is on his body.
No, I'm more accusatory than fucking looking at a dead body.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
someone's
you
talking
got-
to him, so whoever's bloody talking to him should
Yeah.
be able to.
Okay, make an
Can I
insight check. You'll pause in that your investigation, not finding anything instantly.
23. Rolled a
You may as well.
19.
25. Yeah, both of you can tell that.
roll well on that one.
I mean, yes, he's instantly on the defensive, as you accused him, which who wouldn't be. However, he is very much defending the accusation that you can't sense any sign of guilt. Hell, you don't even can't see anything really. He seems a bit nonchalant about Leocas's death, but you can obviously see that he is concerned.
Was it wasn't us and it wasn't you. There must be a murderer among us.
Indeed, it is.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now, I don't know about you, but there was a gentleman sitting right outside the room this entire time. He could tell us who entered and left the room last, at least through the main door. Last time I saw, it was you, but I did go grab my friend off the dance floor.
But we'll lock this place down, and we shall conduct an investigation. I, of course, will be leading such an investigation.
You will be leading it.
I most certainly will.
The man who is at my point is the main suspect.
And from my point of view, Spark, I don't want to go into your current predicament. That's not my jurisdiction.
Well, that's fair enough, but we do have a friend among us that can tell if people are being untrustworthy or telling lies.
Which one's that?
I was talking about cousin.
Ah,
You know, the whole heartbeat thing.
yeah. But I don't think that can pass in the court of law, but I'm not sure.
But, of course, if you're so insistent...
Yeah. Can I do a quick inspection of the room to see if there's any, like, the windows are still shut
Make a perception check.
underneath? Yeah, cool.
Investigate the room. I will gather everyone in the dining hall. And from there, I shall start conducting the investigation. Especially you. I'm gonna put a stats effect so I can remember him. He gets exhausted 1.
Wow. For stuff that's kind of important, rolling real bad.
Would it be investigation, not perception, if you're doing specifically like windows?
No, he was looking. He wasn't moving.
I was looking, but yeah, at least I'll be able to tell if the windows are open or closed. At least.
Yeah, they are closed.
They're panes, aren't they?
These ones can actually be opened.
Oh, okay.
They are locked from the inside, however.
Man, I'm so annoyed. Damn you rolls.
Oh, no, cousin. That cousin.
Okay.
Oh, +2 feet. Good job, me.
Are there any pot plants in his office?
He's got to speak with
One moment, Lou. As he is directing people down. Perfect.
Oh, damn it, I don't even speak plants anyway.
Oop, he's sliding across the parachute, apparently. Why are you prone?
I'm sitting.
Well, Leocas has been murdered, so come downstairs if you do mind.
I do a bit.
And why is that?
I heard the commotion, and I don't want to leave the spot, since currently his wife and child are on the other side of that door. And I feel like if I leave, something bad is going to happen.
The maid will take care of it. Now come downstairs. I do have to insist.
How much do you insist? Because even with the maids around, Leocas still died.
Extremely. As I now consider you a threat to his family.
I was nowhere near him.
This is a serious matter.
It is. I'm taking it seriously. These
And
maids...
perhaps you should investigate the room with your comrades.
I would like to know who did it to Leocas, as we were meant to have a friendly chat with him, but unfortunately something happened. And I don't want more things to happen. I'm not great at investigating. I'm not very, what they would say, smart. But I am strong.
Regardless of your personal values, I must put the security above all else, and I cannot put full faith in one such as you.
Can I leave Fable here? So she
Looks
picks
at
up
it.
her hat. He will tell me if anything goes wrong.
Very well.
If anything goes wrong, Fable is gonna fucking shoot for it. Okay, me. Or Screech. Fable is Screech.
Sure. Still prone.
I am. Oh,
Now, I am here to inform you all that Sir Leocas is now lying dead in his office. We have, it seems, an assassin amongst us. I've already called the guards. they have this place in lockdown. We are assuming that the killer is among us still.
Bum 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 bum.
You could put the hand up.
This is not time for questions. Questions come at the end. Is your hand still up?
What were his wounds?
For that, we will be conducting a thorough investigation. The maids will not let anyone leave.
Were they visible wounds?
We have yet to conduct a proper investigation on the room.
Investigating the room with my comrades. I just looked to the other two. Were there visible wounds?
That's
Fuck?
towards
Shit.
you two.
Oh, what, Zoe?
Yep.
And my microphone's working for some reason. Don't know why.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were
Okay,
still trying to yell at the other people. No, there was no physical wounds for what I could see.
None that I could see as well.
Like a stab wound.
Poisoning then?
Maybe.
None that I could see.
What do you mean on that?
None that I could tell.
Ah.
As we are short on people, and I have been assured by certain individuals that we have 4 individuals who are an exception, also I've been told. At the very least, it seems that Leocas expected this and had invited special guests. Being Spark, Uku, Stan, and Kazan. And as I am
gonna die?
apparently, according to the note I have found, as he holds up a note. And since I am a suspect myself, I will merely keep everyone else in line. I will entrust this to you 4.
You really hate that,
Okay.
don't you?
Prove me wrong. Also, someone come grab this note.
All right, I'll come and get it.
You're the shortest one, and you're the bottom of the bag. You can't reach him.
Bends down a little bit as you jump up, you grab it. It's only a 5 foot high stage, it's fine.
All the one standing.
Okay. So let's read this. Huddle up.
Not really a huddle situation. Oh, for
Yeah,
us.
you can read it out loud.
I recommend that we go get some privacy.
All right then. Where do you think the best place to go is?
Upstairs.
And then somebody could mess with the crime scene.
In that case, would it not be beneficial to be talking around Leocas himself?
Oh yeah, good point.
Let's
All right,
go.
let's go. What? The door.
I'm watching all of you.
Okay.
Arjun glares at you and has his
Violence.
great sword at the ready.
Can.
Now, I
What's
do
the
want
best thing?
I do want to remind you all that the organization did have a call for Leocas's death. There was a bounty on his head, and one of them is here, so
Yes, that's obvious. Too obvious.
I am going to investigate the body dairy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and see if there are any. Is it what the reason of death is? Do you want that
I
to
was
be a
gonna
medicine?
cast insensibility,
How-
but
How are you going about that? It will depend. You could do perception, investigation, medicine.
Just general
History.
things. I know what a lot of dead things look like, so I'm just like turning his head and looking for any markings. Is his mouth just fucking foaming up?
could I help with this?
You may. You've already, actually you've both done your own checks, so no, I'll say.
Oh, damn.
um
Damn. I was gonna cast insensibility, but
You can cast enhanceability. That's different than aiding.
cool. I'll cast insensibility on all three of us. I'm pretty sure I can do... No, I can't. I can only get 2 people, I think. Yeah, I can only do it on 2 of us. I
Just
think.
work
Yeah.
it out.
I'll cast it
it's
on.
fine. I don't need it. You do it.
I'll cast it on Uku and myself for. Pretty sure. This would be for like investigation and stuff, right?
So intelligence checks.
intelligence
Yeah,
checks.
don't bother with like the name of Fox. I honestly don't know which is which. Just tell me if it's intelligence or constitution
Yeah.
or something like that.
Intelligence checks.
That's a lot simpler for me. Right. Advantage on intelligence checks for the next hour, I think it
Hour.
is. Something.
Yeah.
Yep. As long as you maintain concentration. 16. So, targeting the corpse. There is no signs of weapon damage, no piercing, no slashing, no bludgeoning type of thing. What you do find, with the 16 at least, is in his mouth, it is very moist. As if he had had a drink not shortly beforehand.
I look around. Is there a glass anywhere?
There is a half-empty glass of wine on the desk that is slightly hidden behind the... Yeah, slightly hidden behind there.
Wine does cover up the smell of poison.
It's slightly spilt on it. But it
Do you
is
want to read
placed...
the note?
Yes, read it out loud to me. I'm going to check. I want to check the room for secret, like trapdoors or any other entrances that people could have used.
Make an investigation check. But the note, reading out loud, I assume?
Yeah, out loud to everyone.
The note... Ugh.
Oh man, we're doing very mediocre.
Yeah.
I mean, I rolled a 5.
But like 10s and stuff. Yeah.
The note says, "To whoever finds this note, know that on this night, there is a high chance of my demise. I have many enemies, many of which are congregated here tonight, to varying degrees. And I've had word from a certain contact that some friends of mine are looking to get into this party. As such, I've extended an invitation to one Spark, one Uku, one Stan, and one Kazan. They are to be trusted, and I do look forward to them investigating my death and bringing true justice to light.
Okay.
Good luck and Godspeed." Little Cass.
Godspeed.
Godspeed, good sir. Yes.
I am the god of
Sacrifice his
speed.
life over this?
Well, it seems like he knew it was gonna go by the sounds of it. Oh.
Well, you good at herbalism and stuff. Check out the wine.
Okay, can I test it for poison?
You
my
certainly
herbalism
may. Herbalism check.
Yep, and
Using wisdom.
that wisdom, yeah.
Yep.
Or intelligence. Wisdom, yeah. Wisdom makes sense, I guess.
Or intelligence. Medicine is a wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom. Flip.
18.
It's alright. Well,
But
to
hold on,
detect a poison, to identify a poison, it's 20. So,
Don't you have like
There's an actual
expertise?
DC
Wait,
for
don't you
that.
have like expertise or something?
yeah, I do. It just.
Is that not apply actually? I thought
Might
I
not
set
be.
it to it. Your proficiency bonus is +3. You should have a +6 from that.
Okay,
Plus
cool.
5 plus 3.
Tool proficiency expertise. It says there.
I don't know.
Maybe
Just
that's what the
doing what
plus
it's
0
doing.
is there and it's not properly working. Oh no,
Yeah,
it's got plus
probably
0 for
what it
everyone
is.
actually. I don't know.
Clicked it. It's right there. Expertise, tool proficiency.
I don't know.
Would that bump it though?
Wait, so
Oh
yeah.
wait. Why is it only saying proficient there?
Maybe because it's
Oh.
forcing it.
Did you expertise this, Lee?
Terry
let him.
said I could. Because I could technically get another tool proficiency, but he did this instead.
Fair.
Because it's
Not-
still
it's not
It's,
doing
it's
it.
not doubling the proficiency is the problem.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so
So it should be
Lame.
plus 3. So it should be 21.
Maybe because it wasn't equipped.
maybe. Let's try it with it equipped.
Nope.
Nah, it's still the same. Oh well.
Ah, that's working then. I clicked the button. Anywho. Delete that too. I don't need that. Regardless, that would make it a 21 anyway, which passed my DC because I didn't know there was a DC for that.
Yeah.
It's not hard to tell. Very quickly, you're able to determine there is. This is obviously wine, and there's like grains on the edge of the glass. At the bottom, it's very like silty type of thing. It's like almost texture of sand. Whatever it was not stirred properly.
Alright.
So that might be intentional, you think? A delayed poisoning. Because you're able to determine this is, whatever this is, it's very, very quick acting. Done in the way that it has been, however, that could delay it for a couple minutes, maybe.
Interesting. I relay that.
So now we gotta work out who gave him this wine. Did he walk out of the party to his office with a wine in hand?
He did not.
So somebody gave him this wine in this room.
Now, with your investigation, even with a 10, there is one thing that is very easy to find. In one of the drawers, just to the right of Uku, there is only one locked drawer.
Okay. I'm gonna try and unlock it.
The other ones don't seem to have anything of major significance in them. There is one locked one.
I shall try to unlock it. Do I just click? Yes, this.
Oh yeah.
24. Was almost an.
Unlike the person who broke into my car, you do this without damaging the lock, cleanly, as if no one would notice.
Did he end up smashing a window or anything, or just the lock?
No, he just completely and utterly busted the lock.
Oh. Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, now you can just say that it's his fault that you don't have central locking.
That's the reason. Ooh, actually, that could. I'm not going to say that on stream. I'm not. What? Anywho, you pop it open quite easily.
What's inside?
Within it, you see a ledger and a single torn piece of parchment.
As in missing? This parchment?
No, on top of the ledger.
Oh. Okay.
Two separate items.
Cool.
Obviously, you pick up the torn piece of parchment first.
Yep.
He doesn't have all of it. But you are quickly able to tell that this is encoded.
Shit.
No one has.
I.
Yep, no one has it. Yep.
Is this in a
Who knows
language
what?
I can read?
Oh, there's expertise.
What?
Herbalism kit. And your tool proficiencies. There, fix
Oh,
it.
there it is.
Hey, don't go to the item, go to the actual tool proficiencies in your attributes.
Oh, yeah,
Nice.
that's what I've been rolling mine from.
Uh,
There
I
was
was
an
in the
expert.
inventory,
Okay,
so I did from there. Oops.
fix it.
So
Wonderful.
these are-
Anyway. Is it in a language I can read? Is it in common?
Oh yeah, it's just in common,
It's just called.
but it is very clearly encoded because it doesn't make sense to the standard eye. No one here knows Thieves' Card.
Yes. No. Can I try to decode?
You certainly could try.
Hmm.
I know identify doesn't decode things.
No, it does not.
It just tells us things are magical. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna try to decode it.
Assist.
You may assist, yes. It's straight intelligence check.
Yeah. Oh, damn. I wish I could do it. Can I do it myself individually after he does it?
Yeah, you could give it a shot
I can-
after he does it if you want.
Yeah, because I have advantage on my roll.
Yeah, I got 7.
9.
Nine.
No.
Yeah, now
Jumbo mess.
This is not my area of expertise.
well, give me a shot. Maybe it's upside down. Nice.
I swear, if you get it, it's just like, it don't make sense. You just have to turn the paper.
So what is it? Intelligence check, right?
This is straight intelligence check, which you have advantage on.
Intelligence, ability check.
That's your
No,
20.
not disadvantage. Fuck.
Oh, you click disadvantage. What was the higher roll? Oh, the
19
19!
plus 2.
21! Yeah, it was upside down.
Ah, shit.
The old upside down encoding trick.
Whoops.
You see, you thought, right, it was a torn piece of parchment, torn in half. You thought that the tear was the bottom. The tear was actually the top. It's the bottom half of the parchment, not the top half. Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
that's sick.
Easy mistake to do.
It's not actually encoded at all.
It's not encoded. It is still encoded.
You saw this
Oh, from-
upside down piece of paper. It's like, what is this code?
But this one
yeah.
specifically It is clear to be written to someone, but because you only have the bottom half, you don't know who to.
Okay.
But it feels it is very cryptic in nature, and even though you can read it, there it's obviously still parts that you don't understand because you don't have the context to it.
Yeah.
But it's talking about shady trade deals.
Would it be the same kind of trade deals that I heard them talking about earlier with the merchant guy? Or
Potentially.
no, nothing in particular.
But it even when decrypted, it is written in a way that makes it that it only seems to hint at a clandestine arrangement between Leocas and someone else.
Okay, so no specifics.
Sadly, no. But it does seem as if this was also written recently. It's dated just a day ago.
Okay.
But it goes along the lines of our arrangement shall continue forth. Everything has been organized. No need to fear. Our deal will go ahead. Don't worry about the younglings. They are perfectly safe. You'll get your body count. Legas.
Interesting. Okay, whatever that means.
So does that mean that Leocas was a bad dude?
I think that means that he maybe was protecting children, maybe? But giving other things up in the...
But why would he tell? Presumably this is the deal to the hunters. Why would he tell them not to worry about the children? They're the ones that are a threat to them.
Maybe it's not to the hunters.
Is there any sort of seal or anything on it? Any two-person?
A seal on an encoded letter?
Well, you know what I mean. Finding out who
No,
it's
there's
to.
not. But you still have the ledger. The ledger goes on, for the most part, is a fairly simple organization ledger. It goes over the financial situation, standard trade deals. Seems quite regularly used. But you do find that there seems to be a few inconsistencies. Specifically, the name Warlord Gelder Silent Doom is dropped many times, and it seems as if it reads as if there's something just a little bit off about the finances. It's oddly low compared to everyone else's.
Give me a second, I really got to go take a piss.
Okay. Yeah.
It also describes Leocas's debts, which, while there's not many of them, they are massive debts. One is to the Duchess herself. One is father, so you assume that he's in debt to his father. And the other is literally just in brackets gold.
Mhm.
And when I say a lot, I mean tens of thousands of gold.
But he was in financial troubles, which is a bit strange. She just looks around. I wonder. I assume he may have been hiding this from his family.
Hmm.
Well, the main thing we've got to go on is poison. And this letter, we don't really know who it's addressed.
Yeah. Is there much else we can do in this room?
I guess I'll do my own investigation, see if I can pick up anything else.
Join General once over.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I've already done one, so I can't.
attend.
Man.
10. Nothing new.
Nothing.
Can I pull all the books just in case there's a secret room?
Pull all of them off?
Not all of them off the wall. I just pull them down and then put them back.
Wait,
one by one.
what did I just come back to?
Stan seems to be pulling all the books.
Stan,
Yep.
there's no secrets.
I'm checking anyway.
Yes.
You never know.
It doesn't seem so.
Too bad. Okay. Okay, from that poison in the cup, how long would it have taken for it to kick in? Before
If he had
ingested
been
it?
given the proper dosage in the proper way, about 6 seconds. One combat round.
6 seconds.
In the way that it
Since
was done,
was
you'd estimate maybe 3-4 minutes.
3-4 minutes.
Now, just to remember, we do also have a witness that was beside the doors this entire time.
Yeah, I guess we can see who brought in wine.
Or
True.
I'm good at talking. Bam!
I think you just kicked the door.
That's exactly what the bam was.
Yeah.
Alright.
You don't have the strength for that.
Damn it.
That was her hitting.
I
her head on
open
the
it
door before I
first and
finished.
leave it like half close and then I kick it. How about that?
Okay.
I'm guessing
Hey,
this guy's the
guts.
eyewitness.
Yes.
We got some talking to do. You come with us. Points at this man.
No. Of course, my lords.
Lords, I
Lords.
like that.
Of course, sir, guys. Yep.
Oh, we don't? Wait, no, let's not go to that, right? We're going that
Yeah.
room.
We're going to the corpse room.
I'm not
No!
gonna take him
Oh.
into the corpse. Look what you did. Your negligence made this.
As an eyewitness, you will have a little bit of information you may not realize is important, but is very important. We know the cause of death to him.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he's around somewhere. So, I must ask you some questions of what you saw. Where were you standing?
I was sitting in the chair by the
Where?
window.
That one over there.
The other one.
No.
One over there.
Yes.
Wait, is that my... Oh, yeah, that's probably just that. Anyway. Okay then. You saw who went in and out.
Yep.
Out of all the people that went into that room, did anyone bring with them food or drink?
Well, yes.
Who?
Well, Lord Sarlach brought his wine in with him. Lord Arden brought nothing in with him.
What sort
Uh,
of
And
container? Okay, go on.
oh no, go ahead.
What sort of container of wine? Bottle? Glass?
A glass.
Glass. Okay. Did he come out with a glass?
Yes, he most certainly did.
And who else?
And Warlord Geldir, Silent Doom, also entered with two. He was the first and had quite a long meeting with Lord Leokas.
Yes.
And he brought in 2 glasses of wine.
And left with one.
Yes. But he had he left with the glass, not the wine.
Okay, that is all.
Okay.
Mr. Silent Doom!
Mr.
So we have 3 suspects.
One main one right now.
Yes.
Ooh.
Chapter
Could you
4,
please
the
stop
prime
to
suspects.
the room?
This is a waste of time, but if you insist.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, it's because of my familiar.
Let's keep your token clicked.
Anyway, so you went in to have a meeting with Leokas.
Indeed, I did.
You
As is
brought
common
with
at such events.
you brought with you some drinks for you and Tim.
At the request of the maid, yes, I certainly did.
At the request of the maid. What, did she give you the wine herself?
She did not wish to interrupt the meeting. So I brought it in for her.
Did you tamper with this wine in any way?
Yes. I sampled them both before giving them to him. I wanted to know which one was better. Make an insight check.
And you found that yours tasted better, didn't you?
Hard to read.
Can I do my own one?
You may.
Okay.
20. He is not taking this seriously at all.
Okay. What kind of conversation did you have? Was it amicable?
I already
or was
asked the question.
Stan, you heard the conversation he had.
I know. I'm asking him to see whether he said
But
tells the
before
truth.
that, can he just answer my question before you start asking him more?
What was your question, Yoku?
And you found that your wine tasted better, didn't you?
No, they tasted exactly the same. Do you think he was poisoned?
We know.
You know he was poisoned. Interesting, what type of poison is it? You don't happen to be poisonous yourself, do you?
No. I'm actually pretty good against diseases and such, so maybe I'm good against poisons?
I see. And we talked about private trade trade deals, Stan.
No threats, no arguments of no heated argument,
That would be between the 2 of us.
but it is quite important to know.
No, nothing
Why?
unusual.
Why do you not take this seriously? You've just lost a trade partner.
You don't know that.
Oh. I don't know.
No, she does. He's dead.
No, she doesn't know that he's not taking this seriously.
Oh.
But easily enough to rephrase to why do you seem not that concerned?
You don't seem very worried, sir.
I am terribly annoyed that I've lost my only trading partner for my goods that I do require. I'm going to have to source them elsewhere. So I'm terribly annoyed.
Right, so don't you want to find the culprit?
Honestly, I don't overly care.
Inside him.
Yes.
Does he not want
Could
us
we
to
maybe
find...
ask what kind
Holy
of goods
shit,
you
my tents!
what kinds of goods you are selling or getting off of this man?
That you most certainly are
That's
not going to know.
Oh yeah, we found a little bit of evidence in the lodger that may get
I love you.
brought up.
Ledger.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
And
Honestly, I don't think you would have killed a man with poison. You do not seem the type.
Well, show me the maid that did that, you know, gave you that.
I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to point her out even if I wanted to.
They all kind of look the same.
They all look the same to us nobility.
Well, guys, I'm gonna find this maid.
From timing, the timing of the poison,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it
what
wouldn't
I'm
work,
thinking.
right?
It wouldn't work for him.
Yeah, thought so.
Miss.
Yes.
Who would it have worked for from the people up to me?
1 second. Yes, it could.
Okay, there we go. So, where would you guys get your wine from?
The kitchen?
Can I please go to the kitchen? Where's that?
Over near that other maid. Points.
And before I leave, did you hand some wine to Mr. Silent Doom?
I did not. I am a lobbyist.
I was still excited.
She likes to lobby against
God
political
damn
events.
it, I didn't want it on this one.
She didn't do that. She is a helper, not a diner one.
Excuse me?
Hey! Welcome to the kitchen. What do you want?
Do you know what's going on out there?
No clue.
Alright, good, that's
Too
great.
busy.
Alright, cool. Sweet. Did a maid come in here to get some wine?
Yeah, shit ton of why?
Did a maid come in here just to get a little bit of wine? And maybe was in here for a bit too long.
Nope, not really. Busy. Oh, shit's burning.
Fight you. Squint. God damn it, that went from a 16 to a 3.
Yeah, look, the chefs, they literally are too busy. Hey, no rats in the storehouse.
I'm not a rat.
You're a rat to me, miss.
Alright, fine, I'm gonna tell you what's going on. Your damn
Close
master,
the
Leo
door.
Class, is dead.
No, he's not.
What? Yes, he is.
Move out of the way.
He's dead.
No.
I'm gonna slap this man.
Uh-huh. Oh, the door's in the wrong spot.
The master of this house is dead.
Pauses. Now you look here, Missy. This is my kitchen. You do anything else, and I will turn you into such a delicious meal that you'll want to eat yourself.
I don't know what goes on in the kitchen. Your master is dead. You're not gonna get paid.
The kitchen sleeps for no. Look, he's not the one who paid us.
not care about someone dying in the same place you're working?
Got a job to do.
Oh my god!
One less mouth to feed.
What is wrong with you guys? I'm gonna find a wine.
There's plenty of wine.
Where in there?
Yeah. And cheese.
Wine. I'm trying to see if any of it looks out of place.
Mm-hmm. Make an investigation check.
Message.
No. There's obviously wine bottles missing and all that stuff because, you know,
Is that meant to be
it's been
by the way?
flowing.
Does it go anywhere important?
Everything's important.
Oh, it's 7 through.
Except for the... Alright.
Oh,
Let's
because it's gone
stand.
here.
Yeah.
Go.
I think we can just let him go and get someone else to talk to because I don't think he really did it. To be honest, I think. Hey, Spark?
Yes, I don't think Silent Doom did it at all.
All right, you can go back out there, Silent Doom.
Thank you
Personally,
for your permission.
You know who I suspect.
Yeah.
Let me guess.
Wait until he
Arden.
leaves to.
Surprisingly, he has a lot of good reasons, but no.
Yeah. Arden, yeah, but he's
Well,
too
Atoka
obvious.
kind of went away, so I think talking to people would not go very well.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Ardon, get in here. We has questions.
Are you sure you don't want to question Lord Salak Taran when it seems your compatriot is already about to start?
I'm sure. Get in here.
Brave if he wants to be alone with me. Move it, turtle. You're
That's
good?
fine. Ah,
Lord Salak is just kind of pointing towards the door.
I get it. It's not the line of questioning I was gonna go for.
Does the
Hey, move over.
we didn't know that he went into the office, do we?
No.
No, cool.
Hmm?
We
Yeah,
didn't see
sorry.
him go in.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, didn't we see him leave?
You did see him leave.
Yeah, we did see him leave. Does
We
that
have been
timing
told he's been
seem?
in.
That too.
We saw him. Yeah, From him leaving, does that seem around about the right time, or is it still
Hard to
the
tell.
wrong time? Hard to tell. So it's closer to the time, obviously. But yeah,
Very hard to tell.
hard. Yeah.
Leans up against the bookshelf. Ironic, don't you think?
Yes, it's weird being on this side of things.
I'll go along
You
with the
also have
charade
enough-
for now, but don't expect me to stay around if I get otherwise occupied.
Now, obviously, you have the most reason to kill the man.
Do I?
He's wanted.
Not in my jurisdiction, he's not.
Well, he was wanted by the organization.
I'm a monster hunter, Spark. I hunt monsters.
And you consider mages to be that?
Oh, not my sect. I specialize in monsters. Uku.
It's quite odd that you would then have strange focuses.
Oh, if we're talking about traitors, then that is everyone's target.
Why were you staring at Leocasa's daughter?
Like I said, Uku, I'm a monster hunter. I specialized, of course, in dragons.
But do you think she's a dragon or something?
Yes.
Insight check.
Go ahead. If there's one thing this guy doesn't do, it's lie.
Yeah.
He has no
No.
deception modifier.
Then what about the rest of the family?
What about him?
Leocas? Half-elf?
Moon elf,
Moon-elf?
celestial elf. What else they're called?
Lana?
Half-breed. But I can smell dragon on her.
So how do you feel about Leocas's death then?
Should I feel?
Well, maybe you're annoyed at your, trade deal partner? I don't exactly know what you were to him, he was to you. Happy you got an obstacle out of the way? What are you gonna
He
do
was-
now?
Nothing to me. You're all nothing.
Oh god, you're the
I
worst.
think he was purely sent there for muscle.
Ugh, god.
More as intimidation to keep people in check.
Ugh. Well, you seem to look at a lot. Do you see any weird suspicious behavior with the maids?
They're all suspicious.
What's
They all
that?
smell like dragon.
Oh. Oh my god. You know what the deal with
Now
the
you
front
just think of
statue is?
dragons.
The dragon?
Yeah. Yeah, the dragon statue.
It's a dragon statue.
Oh my god, you're the worst at all. Why did we bring this guy in?
We can just bring someone else in.
Well, then I'm going to investigate the maids. That's our primary
How
suspect.
do I just get all the maids into one room and all talk to them all together?
Well, that's what I was going up on the stage to do.
See, I could not see that from in here, and I was not informed.
Oh. One
Was
second.
Silent Doom the... No.
Oh, no,
Sorry.
you can say that. I was saying 1 second to him.
Was Silent Doom the one that said that, Leocas wasn't much of a writer and he had received correspondence from him in the past?
Yep.
I might get him to check out the suicide note to see whether it is consistent with his writing. But I'll do that later.
Mr. Lord Taranwood. A suspect.
My turn, Oku.
Yes and no.
Oh,
I also want another thing to be done. I want all the maids in here.
all the maids are within earshot, except for the one that is with the family.
But first off, come with me. Oh, he can leave now, guys. Arden, your time is up. Where are you going, Arden? Arden! Arden!
Okay, I'm following. What are you doing, Arden?
Just looks at it, sniffs it. Huh. What a waste of fucking time.
Why? Wait, why?
Terry,
Mm-hmm.
you said his mouth was moist.
Mm-hmm.
Can I inspect his mouth to see if there's any remnants of any of the... You said the poison wasn't mixed right, so it was coming up as clumps.
Mm-hmm. Or like
Can I see
like
if there's any
sand,
remnants-
follicle stuff.
Yeah, can I see if there's any remnants on his tongue or in his mouth?
Yeah, there was.
There was?
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay.
So
What
it's
does Arden do?
my turn, correct?
Wait, yeah, why is everyone gone? What's happened?
What do you mean?
Oh, we're still investigating. I was just asking him what he meant by waste of time.
Okay, time to investigate me. Ardon is not responding to you.
Ah, you suck.
Ardon's not meant to be a fun NPC.
Yeah, it's still gonna react the same.
So, how has your findings been?
It's moving.
Wonderful. Who's your prime suspect?
Not saying. Quite a sensitive situation. You might be one of them.
So first, you took some wine when with you?
Yeah.
You didn't take any for him?
No, I'd assume if he wanted wine, he would get a maid to do it. I just took the one I had.
And did he have wine on him when you went in there?
Ah, yes, he took a sip.
Did he only take a sip throughout the whole conversation?
I'd say, yeah. Maybe one or two.
Was there anything off with him, or did it seem like he was ill in any way while you were talking to him?
No, but he did seem to have a very short temper. He had very little patience for what I had to say. And got me out of the room real quick.
Did you harbor any ill will towards him?
Now, why would I answer that question?
Well, we have to gather as much information as we can.
Politically, of course I did. Personally, no.
Insight?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So, Uku, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Your little friends with a good nose, yes?
Yeah, my little friend has a good nose.
Do you think they could sniff out where some of this rest of the substance would be? Lead the trail?
Yeah, you can try that. If it's that sort of hunting nose. If not, he does have dogs.
I could turn into a bloodhound or something.
I was talking about. Don't you have I was talking about a dragon, but you know.
I need to swap
Yeah.
places with him. He's currently not here.
Don't worry, we are getting close to figuring out who is behind this all.
Where is he?
Hmm.
Oh, he's in there. How did he get in there?
She came out,
Hey,
stole,
inside
went back
23,
in.
by the way.
Oh. My familiar's in there.
The maid doesn't do anything.
I'm just gonna get my familiar. Duck, duck, duck. I briefly need my friend back.
Here you go.
Do you like it? Okay, good. And before
You
I
just hear
go
the
down,
faint whining.
I turn to this maid. Did you give wine to Mr. Silent Doom?
I have been on the piano tonight.
Oh, you were on the piano, but I'm still gonna ask you that question and check if you're lying as I squint at her.
She was on the piano.
Alright,
She's
cool.
the personal
Yeah,
maid.
good.
She hasn't been dealing with it. Oh, hey!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I
better
rolled
than
it
you.
inside a while ago.
No,
Yes.
I meant no. You're good as it's safe.
Oh, okay, good. Now, as she moves back down, your insight. That was a very political answer. There was no obvious deceit there.
Yeah, even when he said he didn't. Yeah, good
Yeah.
point, yeah.
Even if he was deceiving you, what he said wasn't a lie.
Don't go upstairs. I pointed out at her. Alright, everybody's here.
And kind of poison it was like a powder or something, right? Or
No, it was a liquid that
liquid.
turned that had some solid aspect to it.
Okay.
Fabled Deer is going to try and track a smell of dairy.
Okay.
Sure, just make sure. Yep, says
If I
advantage on.
may, is my interrogation over?
Not
Yeah,
quite.
no? Okay.
Then do ask away. I'm terribly bored.
You're bored? I just
Well,
don't care about this man's death.
Well, no, it's just that I've been sitting here in silence for a couple of minutes while you went upstairs.
Oh. Did you do it?
Do what? Kill him?
Yeah.
No, of course not.
Okay.
Inside.
Perception advantage.
Do I do another inside?
20!
We'll just go with your last one. He does have a cane and he is playing with the top of it, but other than that, doesn't seem to be lying.
Can I have a look at your cane, sir?
Interesting, but of course. Oh no, I don't actually need it. It's more for presentation.
Yeah, can I inspect it, see if there's any hidden compartments?
Sure, investigation.
Sure.
Within the hour, so.
Yeah, still within an hour. So, well, 18.
18? There indeed is. At the very top, there is actually two separate compartments. The first one, you can see, turns it into a sheath for a hidden blade or a sword cane. The weapon is actually missing. There is no blade to it. which you reveal. That's the first most obvious thing. So you reveal that first. That's the first thing you find. He actually gives a look and goes, "That's not right. My blade should be there." As you find, looking at the hilt, a second compartment, a very small one that you look inside. It's a small container area. Hey, don't make me feel fable. I'll get to him in a minute.
Give it a sniff.
We already know where he's going.
Give it a sniff.
Yeah.
Looking at it,
Yep.
this remarkably seems very, very similar to the poison in the wine.
Can you explain this, sir?
Well, for a start, that's not my cane. There's obviously it's a sword cane, meant for self-defense, but while also keeping presentation. But it's sadly lacking the weapon part of it.
Interesting.
Now, the only time I left my cane was when I went to the toilet.
Could
Looks at Uku.
Would I know what kind of blade it would be?
Yeah,
Don't you
wait,
guys insight him more?
sword cane. Wait,
You
what
can
asking
insight
me?
anything that sounds suspicious, by the way.
What am I insight?
Like,
Do I need
would
to
it be
another
like
insight?
would it be like a rapier? Would it be just like
It's a sword cane.
a thin sword? Yeah. What kind of blade? I know it's a sword cane. What kind of blade would it be?
Are you talking like
Like-
statistically? It would
Is it a
be a
dagger?
tin-
Is a rapier? Like, what is the sword that actually goes into the cane?
a rapier-esque. It's a piercing
Okay.
weapon, to be specific. The sword cane is its own thing, so
How it usually works, Lee, is if as long as it's on a different type of as long as it's on a different sentence of investigation. Okay, he says one suspicious thing, you're inside it. Okay, you've gotten that figured out. If he
Okay.
says another thing that's suspicious, you can inside it usually.
Okay, I just didn't want to go insight, everything he says. You know what I mean?
I mean, there are also points where you can just leave it to yourself and go, yeah, I don't need to insight that.
Okay.
But in this scenario, I'm expecting insights.
Okay, can I do
Yeah.
another one on
You may.
his reaction? Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Genuine concern, as far as you can tell, that he doesn't have his cane anymore.
So when you left it
What's-
unattended, where was it exactly?
I would have left it in the bathroom. Or when I went to the toilet, I left it on the inside there. It's where I encountered Uku.
Yeah, yeah, I was in the bathroom the whole time. Though there were two mates that were outside of that bathroom. Would they have gotten a hold of it while you were in?
I didn't hear the door open.
Well, I'm sorry, I think that's more on you. Because I opened that door.
During the time Uku was in the bathroom, from my knowledge, there was only 4 people minus the maids, 4 people unaccounted for. You,
I really think we
Lord-
should be focusing on the maids.
what's his name? Lord Leokas, and what's his name now? Iron.
Arden.
Ardon.
Arden was upstairs. No, he wasn't. Sorry,
Arden
that during the
was
bathroom. He
downstairs.
was downstairs. He was talking to Leokas. I'm telling you now, the main suspect right now is a maid.
Yep. And
Well,
we need to talk to the
apparently we've
maids,
nailed it
like
down
Uku
to at
says.
least two maids, which you've seen.
I have seen those ones. Whether they're the actual ones, because 2 situations have been the reason a maid would be. One taking and swapping over his cane, and look, the only reason I believe it's one of them that opened the door to do it was because I was not in the bathroom the whole time, and you would have noticed me opening the door otherwise.
I see. Clearly, my perception is not as adequate as it used to be. Old age.
But if not, there's no other spot you could have had the cane switched out, is there?
No, for the most part, I was on my person the rest of the time.
And you definitely checked before you entered this building that your sword cane was in fact your own?
Daily sharpening.
Okay. Now I gotta check out Fable there and see what he's got all sorted out.
I actually believe Stan was shown the sword cane earlier in the night.
He was.
Yeah.
So we
Too
know
bad I
it
don't
was
have
on
locate
the
object.
So, what was the Fable they're actually doing again?
You sniffing to track the poison.
Track the poison?
Like a sniffer dog.
Right. So it's in Leocas's mouth and in the wine glass.
Yeah. And then he's going to be checking if he can track from where that's any other traces around.
Right. So don't bother doing that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it goes to the cane probably.
It goes to the cane that we just... Yeah.
You sniff. He sniffs and he goes underneath the desk.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to move him there.
And does a sniff dog point out?
I go under the desk myself.
You find a vial.
Hmm.
Peel it off. Or I assume it's like stuck or something.
It's a glass vial.
Yeah, but how's it underneath?
It's on the floor underneath the desk.
Oh, it's
as
on
if
the
it's rolled up.
floor.
It's not...
I was thinking it was underneath the desk.
No, it's
Yeah,
on the
I-
floor under the
Yeah.
desk.
Checks, man.
It's rolled under.
Good
Yeah,
job,
no one
Silver.
rolled for the actual room ones, and no one rolled above a 13 for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awful.
And I'm like, 13 was DC.
I pick it up. I come back out. New evidence, my friends. She just
Okay.
pulls out a vial,
It's empty.
which means, wait, was it full? It would say that was that his sword cane vial was full.
No, it was empty.
No, it wasn't full.
Would
Would the vial fit inside it, or is it just two separate things that held?
Two separate things. The
Same.
actual vial that Uku's holding is bigger.
so it would not have fit
Okay.
inside a sword
Weird.
cane.
Weird.
Is there any? So wait, how come we are assuming it's sword cane? Because does it have traces on it or something?
It does.
Yeah.
Ah, okay,
it
that's
does.
why.
It has the faint aroma and same sandy texture.
I think somebody's been trying to plant something. I'm trying to make us believe things.
Are you saying someone's framing me?
I might.
Or are you saying I'm framing someone else?
Oh, it's more
We
the
might.
first one.
Good, because I don't know how the second one would work.
No, neither. I don't know. It hurts my head thinking about the second one.
Yeah. But I do think you're right, Uku. Those maids are quite suspicious.
The one upstairs, she's fine. She's their personal mate. And the one directly outside the room to my left, she's okay as well. Or the one down there, she's okay as well. But I would look for the bathroom maids, which were the two standing up here.
Do you want to bring one or both in?
Right, I'll take it my immediate.
Yes, you no longer needed.
Both of
Wonderful, I'll
them.
go back to doing the actual work.
Fable, dear, you go to... Yeah, Farah.
Yeah, the stair thing doesn't work too well.
No. Okay. One of you, no, both of you two, as she points at the maids that led to the bathroom.
They look to each other, look back to you, give you a court bow.
And while that's happening, just
Okay.
okay. It seems that the suspects are not just confined to the guests. Unfortunately. So, I must ask you. Did you go and get some wine to give to Lord Silent Doom? Either one of you.
The bottom one speaks. I most certainly did at one point, or two.
Did any of that... Did you ask him to, Well, he was going into a meeting, and by his word of mouth, a maid did not want to disturb Leocass and gave him some wine to supply him during the meeting. Was that one such moment?
Certainly was.
Where did you get this wine from?
From the kitchen.
Right. And do you recognize this as I pull out the vial? I'm looking at both of them.
Can I
Some
insight as
form
well?
of potion vial? You may.
Insight.
Oh man, I rolled bad.
A 4.
Oh man.
Some sort of potion vial?
Okay, yeah.
Spark.
Yeah, sure, I'll insight. Insight's away.
There we go.
She does recognize it.
Ooh.
There was clear
Yeah,
signs of just the slightest of head tilts, the very slight eyes widen type of thing. Clear signs of
Just say-
acknowledgement.
I think you recognize this vial.
Guys?
The thing is, Spark, they both did.
Oh, you
Ooh.
both do. Oh, that's interesting.
I'm not trying to
Not
perceive.
just a one-man job. You both know the vial. Why don't you tell us more?
They look to each other. And then the top one speaks. We were instructed to go get this file for Leocass. By Leocass.
Okay, so insight that as well.
Okay. There's that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to redo my insight check?
No, they're both fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to be lying about that.
Yeah. I think this is separate, but can I look at them and do they look normal? Is there anything off about their appearance? Like, because the Ardon said they were like smelt like dragons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something to do with dragons. Can I like do a perception to see if there's anything off about
Oh,
their
yeah.
appearance?
Sense any arcane nature.
I would actually say nature check.
Nature? Oh, cool.
Yeah. For the angling of what you're going for, I would say nature.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was
could I try and
intelligent.
see
You
if
should.
there's any-
You have advantage
Willpower?
on that. Yeah, it should be. Or
Yep.
I don't know. Sure.
Fucking don't worry about it. Fuck.
Arcana.
Yeah, I want to see if there's any arcane presence. Because if they're a dragon, there's going to be some sort of arcane presence.
I'll whip out my
Sure.
dragon book to put out to them. I'm gonna look between them.
21.
No sense of arcane presence that you can tell. That there's no obvious signs of ruinage or anything like that.
I have
Um,
advantage. That's fine.
dragging out your book. Dragging out your book.
Ha 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 ha.
No major reaction other than, oh, what a lovely dragon book.
Oh, no, she's not showing it to him.
Oh,
She's facing it towards herself and looking between the which isn't the book and them.
oh, nothing alike. Okay, I misunderstood.
Oh man.
Hmm.
Did he explain why he wanted this vial?
No, he did not, and we do not question Lord Leokas.
No question, but he is dead now.
I can whisper to Spark. Say something in Draconic that would surprise them. See whether they recognize.
Something that would surprise them. Sure.
Say something
I want
like-
to say in Draconic, I want to say Uku's feet smell funny.
They reply in Draconic.
Oh,
She
fuck.
doesn't wear shoes. I doubt as much.
Okay, I know Draconic.
Oh, wait. Uku knows Draconic.
Yeah, I know what's going on here. What the hell, there, man? Why did you call my feet smelly?
Can I just say, like, are you dragons? Or Draconic in any way?
No, we are not, but learning Draconic is part of our hiring process.
Oh, that's so
Can I-
cool.
Can I insight? Probably tell
Yeah.
the truth, but
Yeah, I tell the truth.
yeah.
As you know, or sure, Leocas's family line is very interested in Draconic nature things.
Hmm.
As such, we often communicate in Draconic in this household.
When did Leocas ask you to get the vial for him?
Earlier on in the night.
Yeah. Did he ask you to do anything else strange?
Leocas never asks us to do anything strange.
Do you know what's in this vial, right? It's poison.
I'm sure Leocas had a perfectly valid reason.
But he's dead now. When she says he's dead now, I'm gonna incite them.
Mhm.
Because they go silent every time I say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go silent every time you say that. Good picking up on that. They have a very neutral expression.
What's going
It doesn't
on?
seem to, yeah.
Do you guys believe that he's actually dead?
Is
I
that...
walked into the office.
Oh,
I know.
what's happening?
Did they respond to her at all?
No,
No?
no.
Terry, I know this spell. I didn't have it prepared today, but I know it.
Mm-hmm.
Called Feign Death.
Mm-hmm.
would there be any way it's indistinguishable from death? But how long does it last? Well, I'll know
You
that.
have the spell. Yeah, you know that.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I get Spark? I'll go walk up to Spark. And
Yep.
ask him to come in. And can you cast this detect magic?
Maybe we get back to
You
work.
guys- You guys are free for now, but stay close by.
What's that?
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, it won't work, will it?
I'll cast detect magic. And I get.
You cast detect magic?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Sure enough, he lights up as magic. Leocast does.
Yeah.
The wall lights up as magic. And so does the chessboard.
What kind of magic? What type? I get what school.
Yes. Transmutation for both the chessboard and the wall. Leocast would come up as divine. That's
That's
not a
divine.
school spell.
That's not a
No.
school.
Sorry, Tui.
Abjuration, evocation,
Yeah.
illusion.
What's it? I guess that's finding too much out.
Enchantment.
Probably enchantment. Probably enchantment.
Necromancy.
Yeah, no.
You would get honestly, you'd probably get a lot from Leocast. You'd get enchantment, necromancy, a bit of abjuration.
There's a lot of magic going on here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
poke.
tell that his shoulder pauldron is magic. He's got a necklace that's magic.
Now, I do want to say I can identify one thing, and it will tell me all the magical properties of it.
Yeah.
I can only.
What would be
sorry, I
the
can
wall
use my
then? The
spells.
wall's kind of the real big one, is it?
I can.
Yeah. How long has
I
it
feel
been?
like the chessboard unlocks the wall.
How long has he been dead for?
I've been doing
Okay,
mostly
Isaac.
of this in real time, so about an hour.
About an hour.
Alright.
Yeah,
Okay.
about an hour.
Terry,
Alright.
I'd say actually your enhance ability's also gone there by now.
Okay, so
By
he has
judging off
been
what I
dead.
just saw of the rolls.
Yeah.
Terry,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Before it's feigned death, he would have
identify
been back
on
by
the
now.
wall.
Okay, you've got a minute casting.
I'm playing with the chessboard pieces.
None of the chessboard pieces move under your touch.
None of them?
Oh no, that is. I hope that's not the chessboard I think it is. But, oh well, minute casting.
Yeah, you're playing with all the chess pieces. They don't seem to move.
Do I have to beat Terry at a game of chess to unlock a door?
Listen,
You sit
come
down.
Sit here.
Kazan sits
Please
down.
don't.
Oh god.
What is this?
You both feel the cushions kind of mold with your buttocks.
What is going on?
You cannot get up.
You fucking idiot!
Sarah, sometime during this week, verse me in a chess game.
Damn it!
You're gonna be versing Kazan.
Kazan's
So I'll
blind.
try. He's also blind.
Oh right, yeah.
No. Okay, no, Terry. We will do.
Close
We
your
will do
eyes.
this in a. We will do this in a 3-man game. You're not allowed to look at a board. You have to dictate moves and pieces that we have to do.
Ideally, this was going to be one of you guys versing each other, not me as Kazan. But that's where we'll end session, as it is past midnight.
Do I get at the identify on the wall at least?
You do. It's a false door.
False wall.
False wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Secret entrance. Yeah. It's very nice actually. I've got like a secret door there that I can open that you guys can't see.
How do I get through false wall?
Can
I just walk through?
That's up to the chess game. You didn't identify the chessboard.
Oh yeah, and
Sure.
Leocus is
False
still
wall.
dead.
Does false wall have a detect? Because it tells me this like.
Oh,
the
it's not
spell
actually.
thing,
It's
right?
not actually the spell.
Oh, okay. So it's a false wall that fucking the chessboard unlocks.
Yeah.
And we have to fucking trust Uku to unlock. Oh no.
Yeah.
Hey,
You don't
okay,
know
okay,
how.
okay.
Damn.
I have to beat cousin, but judging by in game, I can have the outsiders help.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Good. Like,
Oh fuck yeah. Okay, I'll be there for you.
thank you
This is
so much. I'm so good
Yeah.
at chess.
Well, I have
okay.
to do it with
Terry's
my eyes
got it.
closed.
yeah. Terry can't look at a board.
I'm gonna send Emma down there just to absolutely make sure.
Put a blindfold.
We need someone that Terry can trust to play the chess game for, like move the pieces for him,
You just
and
say-
just say, "You can't do that move."
We
Or,
could
"That's an illegal
literally,
move."
like, if you want. Oh, I mean, yeah, Lee's gonna be helping me too. So we could literally just like drag like Kurt or
Yeah.
someone. Or, like,
What I'm
Mitch
gonna
or
have to
someone.
do is basically get a chessboard and play one side with visuals, but
Oh,
not
no visuals.
no, only of my side, but I can't look at say where any black pieces are.
Well, no, cousin's blind.
Oh no, Terry has a sense movement.
Only if it's touching the ground.
He's got tremor sense.
oh, that's great. It's fine. We can win.
Yeah, it's not that precise that it can detect
it's
the
also not
goddamn
a-
chessboard.
It's not a blitz game, so I can beat Terry.
Technically, if either side wins,
I don't need both of you to make wisdom saves.
Oh, 1 second, I'm not in the game anymore.
We can do it next session. That's fine.
yeah, and Leocus is still
Okay.
dead, right?
Yeah.
Goodbye, stream.
Yeah.